I'm Jimmy Jam.
I'm Terry Lewis, and we're here rocking it with Cincinnati's own
with B-Boys Underground.
B-Boy, where the fuck you at?
Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy.
B-Boy,
Chillin' from the underground. Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy.
B-Boy,
Chillin' from the underground.
where the fuck you at?
Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy.
B-Boy,
B-Boys Underground.
Chillin' from the underground. Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, don't stop. Hip hop, don't stop. Hot.
What's good? What's good? What's goody? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie. It's B-Boys Underground, episode number 20. We got an amazing show for you tonight. First and foremost, we got, man, we're going to get into it. Let's get into our guests first. We got G-Fresh. What's good, fam?
What's up? Coming straight out of Cincinnati, represent B-Boys Underground to all our people. I know y'all going to be chiming in. We got a nice show coming up. Ghost Boogie, Big Weeze, we got Abstract Mind State, we got Zebediah, Storm Children, and Zebras in Public. Let's enjoy ourselves and talk some hip hop.
Hell yeah. And of course, our other co-host, Big Weeze. What's good, fam?
What's poppin', y'all? You already know Kings County Media Group in the building. About to have a dope show. Let's get it.
Absolutely. And first guest up, we got EP, the Hellcat in the house, yo.
What up? Abstract Mind State in the building.
That's right. AKA the shooter, AKA a bunch of other AKAs.
Man,
what's good, fam?
All good. Happy to be here.
So happy to have you, family. Thank you so much.
Can't wait to get into it.
Of course. And then we also got from Abstract Mind State, Old School Ice Gree. What's good, fam?
What it is, what it do.
What it's good to have you on. Looking forward to having this interview. Absolutely. Yes. And thank you so much for chopping it up and giving us your time. And then last but not least, our second guest who will be chopping it up with us after Abstract Mind State, the one, the only, Zebediah, Dirty D's, all of that shit, man, from back in the B-Boys Underground days. What's good, fam?
What's good, man? I'm trying to get all kind of stuff going on over here. My bad, but I'm so happy to see y'all. So happy to have this moment, for real.
So happy to have you back on B-Boys Underground where it all started, fam. So
you ain't lying.
Hell yeah, man. So let's check this out, man. When we get into it, first and foremost, we got Abstract Mind State. Y'all are getting ready to go on tour with Slum Village, who we just had on 2 weeks ago, right? It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, man. So we had them on and chopped it up and talked about it. And you guys have had a ton of history as well when you think about, you know, the Chicago scene, you know, and definitely want to get into that and talk about that. And the thing that I want to know is, first and foremost, you know, give us the lowdown on, you know, how the group formed and how y'all got connected. Like, give me the early year stories, man. How you got into hip hop and how you got here.
Who
wants to go first?
Jackson State.
Yeah. Started it.
Like I told you guys earlier, we didn't even know each other here in Chicago. We met at Jackson State. Like, he's from out south, I'm from out west.
That's Chicago.
Yeah, they know, but we already talked about this earlier. But so we were actually on our way home for break. Like, we didn't even meet on the campus. We met at the bus station, outside the train station, rather. Gree and his cousin Lee, who's our manager, he actually I was sitting on the bench outside of the Amtrak, and they walked up with these bags. Didn't even know them. They walked up with these bags, and you could see through the bags that they had like bottles and bottles of liquor. And in my head, I was like, "Damn!" And I said it out loud. I was like, "I ain't bring no liquor. I forgot all my liquor." Now they didn't know me at all. And Lee was like, he held up the bags. He was like, "We got you. We got you." Still not knowing, that he's heard of me and I've heard of him, like on the yard rhyming. Gree, I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, man. So we get on the train, and the thing during the, with the whole HBCU vibe, when you going from college back home, everybody always goes to the bar car. And in the bar car, that's where you get the snacks and all of that stuff. But that's pretty much where if you got your bottles, that's where you could drink. We pulled out the radio. We was grooving. And of course, by, hip hop being like the whole vibe, the music came on and, I just started, they was like, you're going to get the freestyles going. So I got the freestyles going. And then just out of the blue, EP jumps in, like she's sitting there hanging out with us, and we done met her outside the train. Now she drinking with us when we on the bar in the bar car once the train got going. And once she started rapping, everybody went crazy because she spit like a fire verse. And we was like, I was like, man, what's good? And then I was like, you dope, and she was like, yeah, you too, whatever. And I was like, what's your name? And then she said, it's funny because I'm still trying to figure out what I want to call myself. She's like, I go by Ebony Poetress, but I also the female Messiah. I don't know which one. And right in that moment, I was like, man, use both of them. Be Ebony Poetress, the female Messiah, And she was like, oh man, that's dope, And so I said, man, I want you to be down with my crew. At the time, my crew was called Peace Posse. It was me and this cat named Ant Chill was his stage name. We were a group, but we also had a crew of the same name, and we was like EP. I was like, you got to be down with us. You fresh, we gonna get you straight. So what's funny about me, EP, and I when we first started, I was really like there to groom her and help her get her solo career popping. It wasn't about us being a group. It was about me helping her hone that thing she had, and she didn't have any support. She's like, she by herself, she just doing it. I was like, I got you. I already had experience in the studio, already had the connections. I knew how to get everything done. So I was like, man, we about to help you. You about to be part of our team. You're gonna be Peace Posse. We family, and we gonna get down. And that's it went from there, and it eventually evolved. Just to make a long story short, the guy that I was rapping with, by the time he came down there and saw how me and EP was vibing, he had already like pledged Kappa and kind of was slipping on the rhymes and he didn't let me know he wasn't into rap because he was going to a PWI, predominantly white institution. So he wasn't really getting down with the like we were at Jackson State, still heavy in the hip hop. And he came to me, and it's funny, as my rap partner, he said, man, you and EP, man, y'all really sound good together. I think, y'all should get down. And it was wild to hear, because this was my best friend. He's still my best friend today, but it was wild to hear somebody say that. I was like, man, we've been putting time in since high school with this thing, and you okay with just stepping out. It was kind of wild. Mm-hmm. And that was the natural progression of me and EP, because it all started, and I ended with this. I'll say, we all got to hear ourselves on tape together because we did a song together featuring EP called Two Poets and a Poetress. And that's how once we heard how we sound together, and him especially, he's like, man, it works, And so I can credit Ant Chill for being the inspiration, for us to come together as a group.
Dope.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what happened. Be you, yeah. I mean, me being an alpha, you can. So, and you said,
thought you would slide that in.
Right. 06, what line?
You down at HCB.
All our guys was alphas. That's why all of them. Yeah.
And Kappas.
Yeah, we had the Kappas. But no, I literally used to, like, I had carte blanche. We was like superstars on campus, no joke. So I literally used to sit on the alpha bench and had that's not something you could do, but they let me,
Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, what you doing there, bro? Like, no,
Yeah,
he cool.
exactly. It was a few of them young ones tried to question, and they got the stiff arm, like, yo, whoa, that's Ice Gree. He all good, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, honorary.
Yes, sir.
That's dope.
I think you muted.
Thank you. My apologies. What year? So what year was it that this happened? Like what year was this that y'all got together again?
90.
Yeah, 1990 is when
so
we
1990.
Yeah,
Dang on. So you're looking at 34 years in the game.
Yes.
Together.
It's beautiful.
Well, first off, salute to that, because in hip hop and in any music endeavor, groups, it's very tough for groups to stay together, especially that long, and stay a united front, because even when groups stay together to get that money and get the paper, but you hear about people completely traveling different than one another and all of that stuff, and won't do interviews together. So salute to y'all. What do you think the secret to your being able to be cohesive as a unit and success, and especially with some of the things that you guys have had to go through, with the changes in hip hop altogether, the sound, and then of course like management and people like crews and camps you're with, like, what would you give if you were to be able to give any type of advice to people that are starting out or in whatever part of their journey? What kind of game could you drop on some folks?
I would just say if you're in a group or if you're in a crew, like the basic thing you have to do is have trust. Like you can't just like a person and be with that person for that long. You know what I mean? Like we used to do shows all in Atlanta and stuff like that. We was all in the same room. Like you can't. That's not just like, we had to really love each other to do that. And like you mentioned earlier, Boog, there were ups and downs. Like this shit ain't been straight smooth. This ain't been.
It never is.
You know what I mean? So because we stopped, like we actually stopped before we did Dream Still Inspired, the whole joint that Ye produced. Like we hadn't even, like we would talk real sporadically on the phone or whatever. I didn't have anything to do with music for years. I went back to school and did all of that stuff, but Greg stayed immersed in that because he was working with Ye. He was an A&R for Con Man Music. Like when Ye first started his very first label. So Greg always stayed with the music, but Abstract Mind State, for whatever reason, fizzled out because we just kept getting this close, and then something would happen financially, and we never just really did what we were supposed to do. So that natural separation happened, and it was like a cavern. It was long. It was a long time before we even thought about doing music together. Before I even thought about doing music. In fact, I recall Greg calling me on maybe a Friday, and he was like, "What you doing?" It was early in the morning. I was like, getting ready to go to work. And he was like, "Man, Ye want to put us out." I said, "What?" He said, "Ye want to do an album on us." I said, and then I'll go back to that. But 2 days before that, I woke up and no bullshit and looked in the mirror. And I said to myself, hip hop out of my system. I'm not doing no more music. I'm not. And this boy called 2 days later saying that Ye want to do a project on us. Mind you, it's been
16 years at that time.
16 years.
Damn.
16 years before I touched anything music. 16 years before I did anything with music. Like I said, Gree was still doing music, but that's how long it took us to do another song together.
Yeah, so we went hardcore. We went hard body from 1990 to 2005, and we just at that point we caught so many bad breaks. It was so many what I call a series of almost. Like we had so many almost, like very big, almost not small, like big, like you know, the things that were that almost happened. And it kind of like, you know, it kind of shattered the spirit because it kept coming down to finances every single time. Like we would come up short on the marketing and promotion dollars to, you know, we always get the project done. Like it's this one project. I mean, we have it on Bandcamp now just so people can hear it. But I called it the multi-million-dollar album. It was the most expensive. I jokingly called it one of the most expensive albums in hip hop at the time because of the amount of people that was on it at the point in which they were in their career, from producer to features. Like the album, I mean, it was called Steel Pan.
Yeah, our
and
first
that was the one that
was called We Paid Let Us In.
Yeah, We Paid Let Us In. What we had, okay, so the whole trilogy, when you even think about how Kanye did
College Dropout.
Yeah, how he did. What was the first one? The College Dropout, then Late Registration, then Graduation. Well before he came up with that, we had
We Paid Let Us In.
Paid Let Us In, Steel Pan, You Owe Us Some Change.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to have been like a double entendre, like you owe us some change, like from paying so much and you owe us change in this game, you know. So, and we never made it to You Owe Us Some Change. We only made it to Steel Pan, and Steel Pan got like the proverbial shelved, so to speak, because we always did everything independent. That was like purposeful. You know, I was ahead of the game, and our whole team was, and we all had an independent mind. You know, we had not to play independent mind state, you know, pun intended, but we were really on some like out the trunk, do it ourselves, consignment. I remember those days, you know, going store to store, you know. Yeah. And so that was, you know, and then when that last one happened, because we felt like we had put together the biggest record of our lives. It had Kanye on it. He was an up-and-coming producer at the time. He had done his fair share of things, far from where he was now, because at that time,
you had when
we was the group that paid him. He said we paid him.
Back. Regrouped. You there?
So
yeah, and you know, he said he paid us. We had paid the most he ever received as a local act, and yeah.
So we had on Steel Pan, we had Ye, John Legend, Common, David Banner. Like, like that album.
We had production from Kanye, production from Extreme. Yeah, production from Twilight Tone. That's one of Common. Yeah. That was Common's, you know, one of his earlier producers. If you look at Common's earlier work, Twilight Tone was part of what they called Two Piece Dark. It was him and No ID. There was a production team. Yeah. So everybody worked on our album. We was looked at, like, honestly, our earlier us, we were looked at to be the biggest thing that was going to happen in Chicago. We were best thing I could compare it to was what Kanye ended up doing is what everybody was looking at us as the people that would have did that, you know, because that's how we were set up. I mean, we had totally took over the city, the region, the area. We started getting on internationally. It was crazy, you know, but then we hit that wall, and that's what EP was talking about when that's when that 16-year break took place, and I just went hardcore behind the scenes, doing everything from managing. Like she was saying, I started off as my actual title was the head of business affairs for Common Entertainment. Then later he started Good Music. I became the very first A&R of Good Music, and I was assigned to Big Sean. And actually his first single that put him on, My Last, I get credit for. I coerced him into recording that song. I chose the track. I told him it was going to be the biggest thing. I told him it was going to go #1 on Billboard. It was going to make him a household name and go platinum. And it did all of that, you know. And yeah, and it was a great time, you know. And
a true A&R.
Yeah, no, real.
That's a lost part.
Like for real, like I take A&R so serious. Like I A&R our projects, but yo, I'm real serious because the industry kind of tried to play out artist development and A&R, and that's what, to me, I blame that on why everything sounds the same and why it's so directionless, because you needed those two artist development, one and A&R, man. You need that to this day. So, you know, I'm old school A&R, man, and I've been a part of some huge projects, you know, because of that. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that period of time that you're talking about, Kanye couldn't miss. All of everything was a home run, and everything that he was putting. I've got a ton of underground like good music mixtapes, and
Yeah.
I've got them all, and those were amazing. Along with
Yeah.
everything that was putting on, and you know, it was a great time for hip hop and music, and you know, he very much crafted the sound of the early through the mid 2000s for sure. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody was trying to make Kanye style beats, especially when he was one of the first ones to come out with the sped up, you know,
Yeah.
the sped up samples and getting that over the top of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That was the
everybody started doing it.
Chicago style. All the Chicago producers were that was our style. That was like our Chicago, that soulful sped up thing. And Kanye was the one that broke out, you know, because it was a lot of them, you know, as always somebody that got to introduce it, you know. So that was a
Right.
Chicago thing. Our sound was very soulful to this day, Abstract Mind State. And that's why I think that's why we're here now, because we were ahead of our time. Our production, the way we stuck close. Something Common said to me the other day. I went to his book signing at the it's called Westfield Mall in Culver City, California. He had a Soul Train line out there. The line looked like a new roller coaster at an amusement park. It was ridiculous how many people was there. And I just walked up in the store, you know, he saw me, oh, Gree, what's happening? I'm like, what's up, man? And we got to talking about the music. And the one thing he said to me, he said, man, you know what I love about y'all, about Abstract? I said, what? He said, man, y'all never stop doing it. He did his hands like this. He said, y'all never stop doing it the way we do it, the way, you know, making the music.
Yeah.
He said, I love that y'all still making music and y'all do it the way we did it. And I was like, yeah, man, you know, he just talking about the boom bap, sticking with being lyrical and, you know, storytelling and all that. So
yeah, man, that's dope.
Salute. Yeah, man, definitely that definitely was a Chicago sound and staple, and put, you know, and brought a lot of attention from Chicago. I know we got to see it with a lot of the artists, like you mentioned, Tone B and All Natural, and like
that's our
we
family.
Was doing Scribble
right
Jam, and
there.
they was all coming down. I mean, we had a little bit of Detroit, but Chicago was a big, not only just the producers, but the MCs, and then the graffiti artists was coming too.
Oh yeah, yep.
So we had a good symbionce between, you know, in the Midwest or Mideast, however you want to call it, with y'all coming down from Chicago, and we was like, man, these guys are serious, like we trying to be.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
We love Chicago, Chi-Town, Windy City, and Sin City. We was loving it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about. I personally want to ask, like, each of you, what would be, if you could take us back throughout all of your years and recording and everything and being together, what would you say the most memorable time for each of you, and what, like, as far as in the studio? So with like be it with yourself or the producer, or, you know, if it was like one that had some guest people on it, like if you can just take us back and put people in that moment, explain what that moment was for each of you. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I think
the one you think that's the deepest and closest to you, you know.
See, now you didn't change my answer. Wait, you changed my answer. You didn't got spiritual on me now, Bugs. So let me see.
Give us both then.
Okay, so I would say for me, the very first time, Greg didn't really explain. Like, not only did I not, like, when I first went to Jackson State, I had never been in the studio.
Yeah.
I had a notebook this thick, but I had never recorded anything. So I would say, for the sake of nostalgia, and I think that my first time going in the studio when we did Two Poets and a Portress, I think that was, for me, that was the most, like, excited and nervous that I had ever been. But I think fast forward to 2 years ago when we did Dream Still Inspire, being in Wyoming and in coming into contact with the people that were there on the ranch and recording and doing all of those different things and seeing all of those people and being on the round table with all of these people that I've heard of, and you know what I mean, that have made all of these different marks and all of these different places in the world and in different businesses and stuff, and Kanye asking me to sit in at the round table and discuss mental health and education and all these different things. Like, that meant a lot to me, even though that wasn't in the studio. We actually recorded there, on the ranch. One of my most nervous times was the same time. I mean, of course, I was a huge Nas fan, and we went doing one of our round tables, and Ye was like, Nas just landed. I damn near passed out. Almost that boy, like, that was the craziest thing ever for me, that, because he's my favorite rapper. So when Kanye said that, and then I was trying to prepare myself for when he was walking in, but you can't prepare for shit like that. But when he did it, he just walked in, and what I'm saying, the chip tooth Marvel, you know what I mean? Nasir Jones, I was like, oh my God. And I just was, Greg will tell you, he just couldn't do nothing but laugh, because he knows what, like, that moment, like, it was awful. I did well to be so nervous. I did really, really well. And like, it's a lot of things that happened when we did Dream Still Inspire, because like my birthday was just past Monday. It was March the 4th in Wyoming when we were recording. I woke up, walked into the kitchen, and Nas was in there, and I don't smoke weed, but he was like, "Ma, it's your birthday. Here, I got high as hell with Nas." I was like, I was that bitch smoking like Cheech and Chong. I ain't care. This Nas. You got high with Nas. This is a fucking song.
Gonna be high today.
Yeah. So that meant a lot to me.
And I just want to jump on the tail of that and say, I got such a kick. I mean, see, me and EP are so silly. Okay, y'all said it earlier. We have so many years between us that it's just like, it's you dealing with 30-something years of jokes. So it's stuff that's just, and I would look at her, and then she already know what I'm saying, and I'm falling out in the chair because I know that she's losing her mind, because Nas is in the building, and I knew the whole time, and I was trying to hold it in, and Ye kind of blew it when he was like, Nas just landed. I was like, damn, I wanted to just walk in on EP so I can watch her.
I'm glad Ye said something. I don't know how that shit would have turned out.
I wanted her to faint.
I wouldn't have had time to prepare. I don't know how that would have turned out.
Right. Yeah. But so I would say, man, that was super fun, and those two things. But I say for me, the one that was the most like EP said, that first time was just because it was that experience. For me, it was when we were recording Steel Pan, and I'll tell you why. Because that moment signified our transition from local artists to, we're about to hit the big time, and everything about it felt major, because we were recording in at the time, which it just closed recently, so rest in peace to CRC, that's Chicago Recording Company. That was the biggest studio in Chicago, kind of equivalent to the big ones in New York. Chicago was CRC. And when I tell you, I mean, what made us feel so major was our engineer was R. Kelly's engineer. All of the greats that were of the city would come through our sessions and like hang out. Everybody who was a part of the album, they would never really leave. Like, it's producers that were producing the song, and then they would just stay for all of the recording sessions. Like, you know what I'm saying? You came there for one day and ended up there for 12 days. So it was the craziest thing. So I'm just saying, Steel Pants is so close to the heart because, like I say, it signified like, man, we going to the big leagues, and everybody was treating us that way. Everybody, you know, everybody wanted to work with us, and this is when a young Ye, he was like excited, like he was in there like absolutely like frantic to be working with us, and because we were the focus at that time, you know. And
imagine nobody recorded at CRC.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, nobody.
It was
well, no. EP. I tell you. Let me tell y'all who recorded the CRC. Oh. And this is my famous. I love telling this. We got kicked out of a session for Michael Jackson and R. Kelly. That's how. and we was like, oh, we was like, okay, we'll give up our room for them. We'll
let Mike Jack get in.
Yeah, man.
And we thought we so silly. We cracked so many jokes about that. We was like, oh yeah, we not recording today. We had to let Michael Jackson and
let them slide this time. That's funny.
That's dope.
So Still Paying, that's the one. So I just got, that's the one. It was just that, it was our transition. That's the best way I could say it, man. It was big leagues for us at that point. The sound of everything got bigger. It just was big. Everything, we had money. Yeah. Like it was stripped out. Yeah.
Man, that sounded like a fun, gorgeous time.
Oh, it was.
It
was.
She get high.
Listen, and I was high as hell, and then we was drinking fucking Hennessy Paradise. That shit cost $8,000. Well, how much that shit cost?
Yeah, it's $3,500 a bottle.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and Kanye was buying it like it was Sprite.
But listen.
I'm drinking that out of
it don't taste like no Hennessy you ever tasted in your life.
I can't stand Hennessy. I don't like Hennessy at all. But Hennessy Paradise is a whole that's
a whole nother animal.
That must have been aged in a gold barrel or something.
Came over a Noah's Ark.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They definitely prayed over it, I have, and I'll say the Wyoming sessions, like EP had her I'm gonna get high with Nas and I don't even smoke. I had my I'm a whiskey, when I do sip, whiskey is my choice. And I got to sip some whiskey with Nas. I called him at the table and said, "Hey Nas, you want?" He's like, "Man, whiskey never hurt nobody. Go and pour me some of that."
What's your favorite whiskey of choice? Let everybody know.
Oh man, okay. Well, right now I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna represent for us. And say I'm gonna say Uncle Nearest.
Yeah.
I'm a represent, but Woodford Reserve is rocking.
You like bourbon? You like bourbon?
Chicago.
I like bourbon. I like what's my one? The one of the I'm tripping.
You probably got it on the bar behind you.
Oh yeah, Four Roses. Four Roses is my point. Okay. You like Four Roses, Boogie? Yeah. Four Roses has got a nice little smooth, But it's funny because Woodford Reserve has such a smooth, which even though Uncle Nearest got a little edge on it, it's
You ever had like Elijah Craig or Rip?
Yes. I got Elijah Craig in the cabinet right now. Yeah. Got the Elijah Craig. I even go into the Scotch whiskeys now. I
don't do Scotch.
You don't do the Scotch?
I don't like the taste of Scotch, man.
Yeah. Oh man, I do all of that. I do the Scotch whiskeys too.
Unless you turn us on some refined.
Scotch too much. I don't like what happens after.
Exactly.
Scotch is too much.
Well, I don't do the Scotch as much, but I like it though. Because it's just different ones. It's one. Have you ever had It's the highest Jack Daniels. It's called Sinatra Select. Have you ever had that?
I have not. I've
seen people with it. And
right.
Yeah, like, okay.
And I tell you this, me and one of my buddies who are into the whiskey, Johnny Walker Gold 18 is reserve. Is the best. Not Johnny Walker, not gold, because it's a Johnny Walker Gold, not gold reserve. but Gold 18, it's an 18-year age. The first time I tasted it was in Singapore, and that's all we drank after that. So, and it's very hard to get Johnny Walker Gold 18. It's kind of rare. It's not in a lot of places, you know. So when you run into it, definitely get you a scotch. So.
Yeah, man.
Scotch.
You say scotch, you use that word when you're over 50. You can't,
you know what I'm saying? Get you a
when you're 30.
Well, I'm using it now.
Ain't no motherfucker saying scotch that's 32 years old.
Watch it.
Someone looking at you. Someone's gonna look at you like, what?
Scotch.
Hey, do y'all know how much fun we're having being grown doing this hip hop thing, like, and being grown? It's so fun. We having so much fun. Like,
well,
I mean, you know, our opportunities are unique and very unorthodox, and it's hard to even be in our position unless you've been through the same walk we've been through. Because this is we understand it's a very unique position. Nobody could even been in this position, but since we having so much fun at, like, you know, in our 50s doing this hip hop, like we 20-some years old.
Yeah.
You know,
but
and
I think the thing is with the
before.
wisdom. It's the wisdom that you get, that you have now, so you're don't have to worry about being involved in the BS that normally happens.
You know,
especially back in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
And when we were younger and everything, and everybody had a little bit more bravado to them, right?
There's a maturity to it now, and it's like,
and it translates into music. Like when y'all get a chance, go listen to the stuff that's on Bandcamp. Like the music was still dope. It was still dope. But I swear, like, it took years for me to stop rapping about battling everybody. Like, I just, I didn't want to have no subject. Greer come over there, he'd be like, "Yeah, this is what we gonna talk about on this." I'm like, I don't want to talk about shit, but how I'm gonna destroy.
I'm gonna
this
kill
MC.
this person. That
like,
person.
That's all I want to talk about is how I am. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about no real life. I don't want to talk about drugs and guns. I don't want to talk about none of that shit. I just want
off with your head.
That's it. Off with your head.
It was all about lyrics, lyrics, word plays, double entendres.
That's it.
Triple entendres.
Still beautiful. But sometimes when your whole album gonna be battle rap, or we gonna talk about some kind.
And I tell you this, Dash. The difference, I think, between now and then, you know, the maturity, that's something that's kind of obvious, and that's something that just, you know, it's gonna happen anyway, you know, as you get older. But that now, Dream Still Inspire was the culmination, and now this new project, the art project, the cohesiveness of us, like on tape, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is actually the best project we've ever done.
Ever.
We did with Slum.
Yeah, every artist say their newest project is their best work, but we can hear it. We really can say it based on, I mean, we 52 years old. Like, this is our best work. We sound, and like Daytwan Thomas said about us from Double XL, he's like, man, if y'all didn't proudly say y'all age so much, we wouldn't know listening to it how old you are. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to that person I just saw that said life didn't know. Somebody said life.
She been chiming in a lot.
Yeah, I like that. Shout out to her. Talking about life don't begin to 40. And that's true.
Absolutely.
You know, and somebody said they were 60 on here, so that's dope. You know, hip hop is young, man. We're 52. If hip hop is 50 and we're 52, we couldn't have started this at 2 years old. No. So we didn't start then. So, you know, this thing is young, man.
Still young,
but it's been a part of us since we're young. Like, it's been a part of us since it is in our DNA.
That's
and that was the thing about, like, other genres of music, because it's so new, and it's like, you know, like, oh man, you gonna be 50 rapping? Why not? I said, you see old rockers out there till they kill over. You know, they still doing. You see blues people. Why can't I mean,
man?
We ain't gonna be no kid play
all the time.
Right? We ain't gonna be hammer out there.
That's one of the things we address on Dream Still Inspire, and we address in interviews, period. How hip hop was the only genre of music that just put an age on it. You can't do this shit past 30. Like, it's past 30, you can't do this shit. You can't be no past 30. like, no, you got to stop doing it by then, you know, and
You
it's
should,
just
from
not
your
like that no
experiences,
more.
you should be getting better. Your
Right,
lyrics should have more
exactly.
life
And you should
experience.
have more stuff to talk about to impart.
Yes.
Like you shouldn't just be doing it for you no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you
you
want
know
your
what's-
you want your kids riding around listening to the shit you listened to when you was 16, 17. like
Well,
straight up.
well, now your grandparents now like, huh?
Big-
Mom, what's
Right,
that
right.
tattoo on your neck? You gotta explain that.
You know,
that
my
mean?
daughter hears well, my son and my daughter, of course, have always heard like when I'm playing music and DJing, because the way I kind of raised them also is like just trying to make sure that they are aware of, you know, how I came up, what I listened to, and because I'll tell you the blessing and the reason why I became a DJ and got into music and hip hop and everything was because my parents were very wide in what they listened to, right? So we were listening to funk, we were listening to rock, we were listening to everything. But I mean, I'll just briefly, Earth, Wind, and Fire is what they would use to play for me to go put me to bed every night.
Oh man.
So I had to go to sleep to Earth, Wind, and Fire. So like if Earth, Wind, and Fire is playing, it automatically triggers like this comfort, right?
Yeah, that's
so
good sleep right there.
Right, but it just being in its DNA, and that's what brought us up. So, you know, I made sure to expose my children to the music that made me who I am. And look, also, Daddy plays this music too, which is what brought me up. And we're going to explain everything and talk about everything, what's not appropriate, what's appropriate. But here's music, and music at itself is like any art. It should be appreciated for itself in its whole, in its entirety, regardless if it's offensive to some or not. Like, you know, of course. So my daughter is the one that pops on. Like, I'll hear her talk to the little Android box that I'm not gonna say her name, that spits out and play, and she kills me every night. She's playing some type of hip hop, she's busting out, and it's obscure stuff too. You know, she's like one of the things that always laughs and is, I heard her one night say, "Alexa, play Po Pimpin'," and it was I was one of the nights that I had DJ'd, and she heard it, right, and I was just like, "Oh damn." But damn, she's learning too. She knows. She knows. Enough about me, but yeah, that's the thing about like being.
Would you like me to play Poor Pimpin' again?
But she even hit it right. She said "Po Pimpin'." She said "Po Pimpin'," just right on.
That's right.
So,
shout out to Do or Die, home team.
Yeah, man.
Got a plaque of them on the wall.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
You got everybody on that wall.
A little bit. I'm gonna get y'all on there too.
You know what? Yeah, definitely. You know what? And I think that's what, again, just speaking to us still being around now. I mean, yes, we had some amazing, unique blessings that brought us back and kept and got us back in the game. But I think it's all of the music, like you just said. Growing up, being from the generation that didn't grow up solely on hip hop, allowed us to appreciate music in general. So that's why when people listen to our hip hop or our style of hip hop, we matter of fact, we call our hip hop adult contemporary hip hop, just because, you know, I mean, we embrace the boom bap aesthetics, but it's sticking to the tradition, the old traditional storytelling, lyrical ability. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, like Common said, we just didn't leave that alone, and we just brought a new twist on it. So, like, when we first came out, I was more nervous about the kids accepting us. And EP will tell you, they was the ones that loved Dreams. The past album, Dream Still Inspired, it was the young generation that was like, yo, this joint is crazy. This is my favorite album. I didn't even know what AOTY was. They kept saying, you know, album of the year. You know, no, I didn't. It was
I didn't either.
Yeah,
I was like, he was like,
man, what is AOTY? What did
new
they
acronyms?
say? Yeah, you know, I was like, what did they say? And look, a lot of the blogs, a lot of the publications was literally, you know, putting it out there saying, you know, this Dream Still Inspires, AOTY, you know, for 2021. And I was like, and then finally our DJ was like, oh, you know what that mean? I finally put it together. I'm like, what? And then he was like, album of the year. I was like, Oh wow! I was like, oh, salute. We was flattered as hell. Like,
After we finally figure out what the hell it was.
Yeah, once we figured out what it was. Yeah, man. But it's
well, I love how you said and like categorized adult contemporary hip hop, and you know, because
I might have coined something right here on B-Boys.
No, that's what it is for me now. I'm
look,
stealing
it.
Like he didn't already did it. Like he trying to get that to be part of the Grammys. Like
yeah, that's something I'm really working on. Like, okay, so that's something that probably about 20 years I've been saying that's our music. But it wasn't until we came out with Dream Still Inspire that I really started trying to stamp that ACH is what we call it, our own ACH. And it's just a genre that means adult contemporary hip hop just means, like I just explained, it's the traditional sound of hip hop. It's not about age, it's about a sound. It's about the sound. That's what makes it adult. The traditional sound of hip hop, you know, the aesthetics of it. And I actually wrote a proposal and presented it to the Grammys, and it looked like it was going to get through, and then they kind of passed on it in the last minute. But shout out to something here in Los Angeles called the Hollywood Independent Music Awards, which is a very nice award show. It's a sister show to something called the Hollywood Media and Music Awards, which is huge. Been going on for about, I don't know, like 19 years or something. It's huge. It's really big. A big production, The owner of those two award shows, I proposed that to him, and he loved it. And they made it a category. That's what I was trying to do for the Grammys. They made it a category. So adult contemporary hip hop is a category. I gave away the first award in that category last year to what's my guy name? I'm tripping right now. I'm slipping. He did the collab album with Alchemist. I love him.
Recent Benny the Butcher.
Last year, just in 20, just last year. Oh man, Rock Marciano. I gave it to the Elephant Man's Bones. Rock Marciano and the Alchemist. They did that collab production rap, and he won. I gave him the first award in ACH. So just to let you know though, ACH is mine. I own it. I trademarked it.
I got you. Man.
I'm just gonna start referring. I love it because, you know, that right there resonated with me, because the thing that's kind of difficult with hip hop, I love the fact that it isn't ageism at all. It's a style of music. Anybody at any age that participates in this sound that we hold near and dear to my heart, and that's the sound that I hold near and dear to my heart, and that's what I love playing, right? So that right there just helps it. Like when I tell people,
please say adult contemporary. You want me to tell you some? I'm gonna name some adult contemporary hip hop artists, and they're not gonna be older. JID, he's adult contemporary hip hop.
Oh, facts.
Joey Badass, adult contemporary hip hop. Denzel Curry, adult contemporary hip hop. Corday, like EP, contemporary hip hop. Obviously J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, adult contemporary hip hop. Like my whole point
of Big Sean, you know,
Big Sean, adult contemporary. The reason I just for what we're saying right now is why I created that genre, because I got sick of people like say a Corday or a Joey Badass being up against like Lil Baby and it's not even to diss the babies, all of the babies. It's not to diss. It's not to diss any of them. It's just to say how can Corday or Joey Badass, who will be up for a Grammy or whatever, how can they even compete with these commercially backed by the majors, pretty much pop at this point? Machines, they can't compete. Popular. So my goal was to not change but expand the rap category, expand it, and leave a little room for the traditional sounds of hip hop, for even Nas.
Under the hip hop umbrella.
Yeah, Nas came back.
That's the mother.
Think about that run Nas did with Hit Boy. that run, that Hit Boy Nas and Hit Boy run with all of those records. Man, he needed some room. You know what I'm saying?
Some Royce the 5'9".
He needed some. He needed some room.
So I equate it to this. Go ahead, Zeb. Go ahead.
First of all, I gotta say, I dead ass was just like watching the podcast. Like I forgot I was on the podcast. I'm just watching y'all talk about stuff that I grew up and I love so much. I'm just watching, like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on the show. But I feel like the competition era was our era. Our era was strictly about competition because you couldn't find no rappers that sounded alike. Everybody had like Wu-Tang had 9 members and none of them sounded alike. Like they was in the same group. Like, so now it's not so much about competition. It's like the music just is. So if you got people that listen to the Cordays and the J. Cole's, and like the music just need to be out there so the people that enjoy it can hear it. Like it ain't about competition no more. The music is just out there. Everybody just need to be creating because there's so many people that's in tune and there's so many different genres and all that. Like, so, I just was thinking about that. Like it's competition within your circle, of course. Yeah. But all these different genres that we got going on, like it just needs to be out there and people need to be listening to it.
My point was going to be, look, they don't make when it comes and you watch all the major award shows, you think about, like, of course, the Grammys and American Music Awards, right? Is Taylor Swift in the same category as Madonna or not Madonna, Metallica?
Right.
They're not. That you have even in country, like if you watch some of the country, right? They have genres and different awards throughout it.
Subgenre. And rap, you know what they do with us with rap? They give us one category, call it rap, and that's it.
Slap
and I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Too much gumbo for that. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a little more elasticity than that, and that's where ACH. That's where ACH came in.
There needs to be an award show, like just how do you guys feel about the hip hop awards show as it stands? With what do you? I mean. Well, there's one.
Greg had to create a whole nother category. That's how we feel about it. That shit.
So I mean, they can do better too.
Yo, they've been disrespecting us for decades. Like, let's stop acting like it's really like the award shows. It's not really for the creators. The stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really for us. That's like for big TV. It's like, that's not for us. And so we need to stop like trying to like so hard be a part of it. Like we can do our own thing because we the culture for real. Like our music is the music that speaks for real. I don't care how many records Taylor Swift sell or whoever sell, like people gonna always come find like the real stuff. They gonna always come find it. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody know the separation between like the Grammys and like we know what that's for. You know what I mean? Like, but like everybody on this screen right here, like we checking for real music.
Exactly.
We checking for the real stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like
I call myself trying to, how they say, well, put it like this. I mean, we look at the years, the what's been happening. All the complaints and all the boycotts of the Grammys from everybody from Jay-Z to Drake to even The Weeknd to everybody, because they all felt like hip hop or their category just not getting treated right. And mostly hip hop is just not getting handled, or rap or whatever, it's not getting handled right. So I call myself trying to do how in the world or in life, people like us, we say, don't complain, be a part of fixing the problem. So I became a voting member. I was a voting member years ago, and then I just let it die, and years went by. And I did all of this just to try to change it from the inside. I became a voting member. I really went hard with this thing. And it was a little heartbreaking when they passed on it because I had their interest. They were really like kind of like, oh, like this is something here. And then when they passed on it, it kind of was a letdown for me simply because I was like, man, I thought we was a little bit more open-minded, and it didn't happen. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna still, keep fighting, because I think every award show should have a category called ACH. It's not, that's another thing. It's not just for one. I'm very happy that the Hollywood Independent Music Awards actually accepted my category, and they put me on their board too. A year later they brought me in on the board. So like, that's dope, but they know that that's not just theirs. It's there for whoever, because we got to expand the rap category across the board and leave some room for not just these super pop artists, Nicki Minaj and all of them to win every single year, when we got people like Tierra Whack and Rhapsody and all of them,
It's you got to going up the pole, and now we just got to keep following, keep the pressure going with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zeb. What you gonna say?
I just saw on YouTube a clip of Little Richard. I think he was on the Grammys, and he was presenting an award. He was presenting an award for somebody else, and he said the winner is, and then he said me, and he said, he said, y'all ain't never gave me no Grammy. Like, I started this thing. Like, how do I not I'm Little Richard. Like, are y'all are y'all serious right now? How we gonna give somebody else an award when I'm standing right here in front of y'all, and y'all all know in this building that I started this? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the validity that we give it. And I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, Ice. Like, I'm not knocking what you're saying. I think that's so dope. But I just feel like as a culture and as a musician, like, I spent a lot of time trying to like reach that and not realizing like the impact that I was making. But even though I didn't have that microphone, you know what I'm saying? And like how powerful the music is and how we find it. Like, we find the music that we gravitate to. Like, ain't nobody got to tell me. I listen to so much wild stuff, and I ain't never seen hardly none of these people on any shows. You know what I'm saying? I just find it. It finds me.
Yeah. It's like you said, Zeb. It's got to be out.
Like 2020.
It's got to be out for people.
It's just got to be out
to experience it.
Yeah.
It's got to be out because we in that day and age. We in that day and age now.
Yep.
And anybody don't know
the Elephant Man bones. The Elephant Man's bones. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dash.
No. You just heard me. You heard me say Abstract Master. I said y'all got to be checking for that. Y'all do listen to the history. Look, like, this is behind the scenes.
Single out Friday.
Oh yeah, Friday. True story. True story out Friday. And Zeb. I say this is what Zeb was speaking to this too. That's true too. Like, it's so funny how I tried to work it from the inside, but I also felt like, man, the Grammy's not the end all be all, and why we give it so much power and care so much, And I'm not saying that because of the award, because I'm gonna still fight to try to get ACH in there. But I'm saying it's not the end all be all. Like, we have to embrace our own. That's why this Hollywood Independent Music Awards thing is so powerful to me, because the founder of that, his whole thing is, you win off of talent and creativity. It's not about charting. I mean, again, I gave the first award to Rock Marciano. Like, Rock Marciano, we talking real underground, authentic hip hop. Him and Alchemist, Elephant Man Bones was crazy. That record went crazy. That record was crazy last year.
And these are artists you talk about that, like the mainstream, and it's like part of our podcast, our job, and having done underground radio was to play these joints. If we can influence the urban station to maybe sneak listening to our show to play, like, man, they playing it over there, and they playing it regularly. Now all of a sudden you get an introduction to something that this is good music. We playing a 5-song rotation. They got an 80-song rotation.
And look, and one of the things I pride my own group on, EP and I, Abstract Mind State, one of the things that makes us who we are, besides we're known for, a hell of a live show, but what makes it is we take underground, because we're an underground hip hop group, but we know how to make actual songs, and they think underground artists don't know how. When you listen to our songs, they just some well put together songs. The structure of our songs are strong, but it's still boom bap. It's still like heavy on the lyrical side. We even we telling our stories. We stand on topic, but we hitting you with metaphors, similes, double, triple, and quadruple entendres. Like we forcing you to think. We doing that thing that hip hop did that made all of us on this podcast fall in love with it. That's what abstract mind state music does. And people don't even understand why they like it so much. They hear our music and they say, damn, like, okay, I can hear y'all, this and that. And all. They saying, I'm like, but this is hip hop. Like,
and the young people never had it. They didn't know what it, they just heard it. The young people, like the tribe, wasn't no tribe around, wasn't no De La around, you know, like they just finding out who Woo is because, you know what I'm saying, they watch TV. That's what, you know what I'm saying?
In the reunion, I mean, what is it, in Vegas, they got their residency.
Yeah, but it's like they just learning what it is and they like it.
That's how I was gonna say, and they like it.
We'll go back to
timeless music.
They gotta hear it first.
Time like that music, it ain't gonna never. That's the thing about that music from that era, and really any music that has impact, it don't go away. Like the good stuff lives on forever, for real.
In every genre.
In every genre,
genre.
and EP and I, you know, we like in college, we talking about the foundation time for abstract mind state. And what were we listening to? EP, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we super underground hip hop, but it ain't no hip hop head that don't love Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, you know,
can I
go ahead?
Can I speak on that real? Yeah, I was gonna say, let me just say, like, so I did rock and roll for 10 years, and I remember back in the day watching Jukebox. Y'all remember Jukebox where you used to have to watch the video? So you if you don't know what Jukebox was, it was a channel that it would show music videos, and you had to call this number, and you had to put in these numbers for what video you had to watch, and I think it cost like $1 or something. But here's the thing. You was in backlog, so you had to watch everybody else's video.
Yeah, you did. You had to get to yours.
So that was the first time I seen Def Leppard, the first time I seen Guns N' Roses, the first time I seen Metallica, the first time I seen Sublime. So I'm just saying, like, we talking about hip hop, and for me, watching those rock and roll artists, that music to me sounded like hip hop. Like, to me, hip hop was so much bigger than just the beat machine and the rap. It was like a sound. It was a sound. It was an emotion. So when I heard "Welcome to the Jungle," like, yo, I know that's rock, but yo, that's like, come on, like, how can you not like that? And it's so aggressive with the boom. And that's the reason why I even got into rock and roll, because I felt like it was just another part of a black expression. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I hear the gunshots outside and the sirens and stuff, that sound like big drums and guitars and bass and aggression and somebody screaming on the mic. But at the same time, it sounds like DMX. It sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all of that. Like like, so it's like our musical ability is so much bigger than a genre. And I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to like say nothing against, I love hip hop, but it's all, to me, you can find hip hop in everything.
Yeah.
And that's how we created, hip hop. Like, me and G Fresh, we sit there and listen to records that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, trying to find a sample. You gotta listen to the whole record. You gotta listen to the whole record.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how far A Tribe Called Quest, how far they went with Tribe and Guru with being inspired by jazz. They chose the jazz samples, you know. Then you take Prince Paul with his amazingly creative self and gave us De La Soul, and he playing with like TV tunes, and, you know, like you said, you can find the hip hop and everything, you know.
And everything.
Look what Tip
and it's the only genre. It's the only genre. It's the only genre that does that. It's the only one.
It is.
It's the only genre that do that. That chip out of everybody.
Yeah.
It's a picture of
well, you know, that's all our shit.
Say America's supposed to be. It's
right.
Like,
that's true.
It's like every piece, every nationality.
We just getting all our stuff back.
Yeah. Bring it on back. Come on.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I got to represent for Weeze. He dropped out a little while ago. Shout out to Big Weeze. He's
Shout
always
out
got
to
a couple.
Shout out to Becca Boo. I saw her in the
Hell
Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
we've
got
been
all.
missing some of our people. They've been great today. Gia Lorraine, we got our regulars
So
coming in. But Big
you've been
Weed.
asking us questions, Fresh and Boogie. Let
Oh,
me
y'all
let
want to
me
ask
ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
How y'all like that true story?
I like it. I put my ear to it the other day. It's
Mm.
it's the stuff I listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, and
It's
this
a
how I
dope
judge.
contemporary hip hop.
This is how I judge music. Would I willingly listen to this again?
Right.
Because some songs, you run a record pool. I had radio
Yep.
for years, so you get some music, and I used to have some of my DJs sit there, and I think Zeb been part of that. Next.
Yep.
Then we finally get one like, ooh, play that again. Would I
Yeah.
willingly listen to it? This is
Yeah, that
something
makes
I
a
would
lot of
listen to.
sense.
So hold
And
on.
record,
When did you run the record pool? What years? Say the years between what and what.
I'm still running it. As we started in '96, and it's still going. It's
Oh, okay. I was about to say. So
Yo,
well,
yo,
we actually got vinyl.
yo, the best.
We
I
actually
was in the I was in the record pool, and my favorite record that I ever got was he had Bone Thugs and Harmony first of the month, and it was a DJ Premier beat on it, bro. It
Oh,
was so crazy. Do you remember
oh,
that, Fresh?
Yes, I do. And it was
I
like
got
Bone
that.
Thugs and Harmony with a DJ
hip hop
Premier beat, and it was a
DJ
12 inch.
Premier, Bone
oh,
Thugs and
crazy.
Harmony.
So
I was
look,
like, that don't even sound.
Who made this happen? And then you loved it. You was like, damn.
Bro, that
man.
was so mind blowing.
So look, that's
Yes,
why,
sir.
like Fresh, why I asked you that
Sure.
is because I worked in Loud Records, Loud 95, the hardest time to ever be in Loud. And I serviced in publicity. I worked in publicity, and I handled record pools. So I serviced everybody with all of the music in 95. And the records that I wrote to this day, I got the plaques on the walls now. Mobb Deep, the Infamous,
Yes.
Only Built for Cuban Links.
Yes.
Mhm.
We got all that loud relativity.
Alcoholics, the Coast to Coast.
Yep, I did interview.
Old
Did you remember
Dirty
Ice
Bastard.
Schuler? Rest in peace. Remember Ice Schuler over
Yeah,
at the LA?
yep, I do remember Ice
Rest in
Schuler.
peace.
Yep.
Rest in peace, my
Yeah,
brother.
I was in the LA office, the New York office. That's where Matt Life and Scott Free and all them was.
Yes.
But you know, what I'm saying, you know those names. But
Yes.
and
And
I was with I was in LA with, like, it was Noah Ochi was who I worked under.
No, Ochi.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Noah's
You bring
my
it back
that's
to
who,
woo.
Noah hired me. That's why yeah, man. I come from Loud. I'm a graduate class of 95. Loud was the hardest year because of all of those classic Old Dirty Bastard, Welcome to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version. Like that was the year, and I
Bananas.
worked
Then it
all
rolls
those records.
96, and you getting Dead Prayers and 96.
Yeah, all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Come on, man.
And I was the dude that made the phone calls to get
Yes,
us
he had to call
that.
us.
So I had to get all of the I had to get all of the connections to get y'all to send the copies and shit.
Oh,
So
that's crazy.
I had to put in hours and hours and hours on the phone just to get, like, yo, the record pool, can you please send this? Because I was his assistant director and stuff, and it was fun just being a part of that whole thing. But the Loud labels, I mean, yeah, man, I loved it when y'all was just mailing me my own shit personally. But Loud always put out that good shit, man. I always look forward to it. Y'all had a hell of a
can
lot.
tell you about getting mail personal from Loud.
Listen, I was
Yeah,
still at
man.
Jackson State when he was working at Loud, and I used to
And you
get
was getting your
packages
thing.
every week.
You
Like,
probably promoting down there.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what he was doing.
yep.
It was a fun time.
I wasn't promoting shit. I was listening to it. That wasn't for nobody else.
Oh, you ain't nobody else.
No, I wasn't
They walk
working.
in your room and hear
She was wearing, she was wearing her infamous t-shirts and all.
Yeah.
Right, all that swag.
Yeah, it was so fun.
You really like right now. I feel like we speaking a language. It's like the language of the late 90s and 2000s. Like, you really had to be there, like, to understand the grind of hip hop, to understand the originality, to understand like how long it took to find that sample. That I was just thinking about 93 till infinity, and like how that beat. I don't care when I hear that beat gonna make me move no matter what. It's just like like you had to be there because the way they create now,
ACH.
You
it's
preaching
so
now.
it's so much microwave right now. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
gotta understand how we used to go to the record store and just sit there and look, and we'll find some strange record. We don't know what this sound like, but we about to buy it. It's $2.50, and I'm
Right.
about to bring it to my homeboy, and we gonna sit there and listen
What
to
happened?
it. We gonna
Right.
smoke a drink. We gonna sit there and listen to a whole
To the whole
record,
thing. Yep.
and we might find 2 seconds.
And that's it.
I just
And
want to
that's
come and
it.
say
That's
what's up
it.
with Fresh and Ghost.
Hey, yo,
What's
that's
up, nobody?
Unknown stuff, man.
nobody, the unknown stuff, man.
B-boy.
What's good,
He's
brother?
he was a b-boy break dancer.
But
Man.
yeah, I just listen to, like I said, I forgot I was even on the podcast because I'm listening to these two tell the stories, and I'm just like, it's like a language. It literally is like, because if you wasn't there, you just not gonna get what we trying to say and why it's so important
If you
that
know, you
people
know.
continue
Right.
that. You know what I mean?
And that's why, that's our beef. Like, people like to say, like I say, shout out to the 50 years that hip hop reached, because it's funny. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but since it got to hip hop 50, the ageism thing seemed like it kind of dissipated. Like nobody is really tripping on the age now, because the hip
Yeah.
hop 50 got
Took
so much.
took a little stank off of that.
Yeah, it took the edge off the whole ageism thing. You know what I mean? But even like, just talking about the golden era, we speak in the done language, as Mod would say. We speak in
the done. God,
language.
what's up, God?
It's
Yo,
just
son.
but what it is I just hate that. And when they get mad about, oh, OG, y'all just be mad at us. I'm like, no, we not, because our parents hated what we was listening to. But what y'all don't understand is what we hate is what Zeb was saying earlier. All y'all sound the same. It used to be a cardinal sin to sound like,
what was you called? What
Bro,
were you
you
Say
get
that
beat up.
again. Say it
Oh,
again.
You get
What
beat
were
up.
you called? You was
It
called
used
a
to be, I
biter.
mean,
He was a
am I
biter.
right?
He was a
Am I right?
biter.
Am I right, guys?
Biter.
It was sin.
You're a
To
biter.
sound like somebody was, you got, as a matter of fact, no disrespect to the people I'm about to name, and rest in peace to one of them. I think the reason Magoo and Shine didn't really make it, because Magoo sounded too much like Q-Tip, and Shine sounded too much like Biggie. And we're talking tones. We're not talking about they were stealing anybody's style.
Yeah.
Their
Don't forget-
tone of their voice just sounded too much like Q-Tip and Biggie, and we didn't accept it because
Don't forget-
you could not. You had to
Why-
sound like yourself.
And,
Do not forget Gorilla Zoe. It sounded like
Yeah,
Biggie.
Gorilla
too.
Zoe. He
like
sounded
Biggie.
like Gorilla Zoe. Sounded like Biggie too.
Gorilla
And then-
Black. Yeah.
I mean, Gorilla
Yeah.
Black. I'm sorry, he was a
Yeah.
West. Gorilla Black was off from the West Coast too. Gorilla
Yeah.
Black. You're right.
Yeah.
Not Gorilla
And-
Zoe.
and
Gorilla
here's the
Zoe is
pinnacle of it.
Atlanta.
Here's
Yeah.
the pinnacle of it. So I'm at the record pool and I'm getting all these calls after Tupac died. And every independent promoter was calling, yeah, I got to do some records. He just sound like Tupac. So I'm like, all right, you hear it once, you hear it 5 times, you hear it 10, 15th. I said, I just said something. I said, man, you sound like Tupac. I said, so he's mute right now because Tupac ain't living. He said, man, that's a cold thing to say. I said, man, why can't he sound like himself? Why he got to sound like Tupac? Tupac sound like Tupac.
Right.
Get your own sound, bro. I said, be
It's lame.
original.
Man.
Break the mold. Be the next.
But see, here's the thing that the younger generation don't understand. Like when we was coming up, so you got 1,000 artists and they all sound different. Do you understand like how that forced your creativity to find who you are?
Yep.
Like when you can't be all these other people, you got to find out like how can I stand out amongst all? I can't be like none of these people. Like I used to worship Method Man. I wish I could have been Method Man. Swear, bro. Like I couldn't sound like him though, but he influenced me though. Like, and DMX influenced me, and Busta Rhymes influenced me. But I knew like when I rapped or when I did my thing, I had to be me, and it had to be genuine. Because if it wasn't, everybody was gonna know.
Right.
Your boys would be quick to tell you, like, "Hey, bro, you kind of sound like such and such on this record." Like I done had that happen to me many times. You know what I'm saying?
When he first came around, I thought he sounded like Mos Def, and I was like, and that was, it's a compliment. But it was like I said, he's like, no, I'm gonna push the envelope. Like, if I sound like him, I'm gonna try to do something a little different than that.
Yeah.
We got a little vocal tone, maybe some similarities, but I'm gonna be me. And I
Integrity,
Right.
integrity, man.
If we could, I mean, and I'm speaking it's going there now, but I'm just speaking you know, in the spirit. If we could take the somebody say early AI, if we could take the entrepreneurial spirit of the youth now, because they got it in terms of, you know, getting their money and not needing record labels and doing everything themselves, playing 6 or 7 roles. That's the part that I salute and shout them out. So if we could take that, but then introduce them to why we love the golden era so much, because of the originality and everybody sounding like themselves. If they could figure that out and mesh it together, then rap would be in a great place. But as long as, because it's like 6 artists out right now and they all sound like the same person. I never really know who I'm, not that I even care for that style, but I don't even know who it is, because it's just, they all sound the same, you know.
Yes,
It's like, and they sound the same to the tone, the cadence, the pattern, what they talk about. Like, they're not gonna even say, okay, I might have the same tone, but I'm gonna talk about this. Nope. It's all the same, you know.
And the youth,
because they think that
intentional. It's intentional.
Yeah.
they think that's what's going to get them seen. That's why they're doing it, because they want to be seen.
Hey.
It's not about the music
It's not
at all. It's about look at me. It's about look at me.
Popularity.
Well,
it's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
it went from ringtone, like from what we had then to the ringtone era, and then now to the
that was a
social
fun
media
era.
area and everything that's figuring out. And the thing about it, you know, that's the great thing about hip hop. It's evolved, and you know, the kids take it and run with it and do what's cool to them and what it is, the youth, right? And some of the youth have great messages that they're trying to that they're trying to communicate right now. It's in their sound, and it's not something that we necessarily can connect with, right? But you can meet them on a level. The one thing that I did want to, you know, before, because I know you guys have to go, and you guys are welcome as long as you can. You know, you've mentioned it, but we haven't had an opportunity to speak on it, go into depth with it. You mentioned, you know, the work that you did with Kanye, right?
Right.
Could you please tell us, like, you know, first, like, how did you guys hook up, and like any stories that you have, like, with the, you know, experience with Kanye?
EP.
I started talking about it when Greg called me that morning and saying that Ye wanted to put us back out. And the funny part about that is I wasn't going. Like, and Greg actually, old school, he had to convince me, just like Ye had to convince him. Because, you know, he was happy with his life. I was happy with my life, and the courses that we were both taking respectively. And so when Greg called me, he was like, man, Ye want to put us back out. And so we were on the phone for about 5 minutes, and he wanted to fly you out here. And I'm like, when? He was like, you know, now. Like, he wants you to fly out here now, you know. And when I got there, because I think that might have been Wednesday or something like that. I was out there that Saturday. I couldn't come during the week because I was working. But when I got there and got to Calabasas and walked in there, like I just told him, I just said to him, you know, it was I didn't mince words or anything, because at the time when he called me, my father was dying. And I told him that. I said, don't fucking play with me. Don't. I said, you got me out here. And I said, I couldn't. I said, my exact words were, Dr. Dre couldn't get me out here. I said, you're the only person that I would have come out here for. And so don't fucking play with me. Don't get me out here, you know, and you know, pull that bullshit. Like, and he was like, no. And it was so, I guess what I said to him was so intense. After Agree and I left the studio, left the Energy Center, he kept calling Greg to try to ask Greg, like, do she know that I'm serious? You know, let her know that I'm serious. Cause shit, I still wasn't convinced. Like, and I had some more, you know, some more pressing shit happening, you know, right here back at the crib where my dad. So, well, Dream Still Inspired came out, so he convinced me. But, yeah, it was a wonderful experience. He He's a creative genius. And I wouldn't change my decision. I wouldn't change the decision that I made to go ahead and go out to Wyoming and to go out to LA and record. I think it was a dope experience. I mean, just when I thought that that I had found something, what I do professionally, I love it. It fulfills me. And I thought that I would never find anything that fulfilled me like writing. But I just got off the phone with Ryan Fest before I jumped on this. And it's crazy because I was just telling him that I do as much writing and presenting in my professional life outside of music. And so I may have not been doing music per se, but I was still writing and I was still presenting. And I think that it's a blessing for and it was God's work for it to even, because our music it's filled with spiritual messages, like the undertone of our music. I mean, it's lyrics, it's straight, smashing you lyrics, but the undertone of it is just is spiritual. And everything is spiritual. Like everything comes back to the root of it all is spirituality. Art is spiritual. And I'm glad that I didn't say no and squander a gift and squander a blessing.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I don't really have much. That's why I want the EP to speak on it. I don't have much to say because, I mean, I worked with Kanye for 23 years, so it was just another day. It was beautiful that it was me and EP though. That was a different. And I will say this one comment because we've got asked this so many times, like, man, was those old tracks he just had or what did I? And it's like, no, they were made during the Wyoming sessions and not the ones where the people were there. Where people don't know it. When I was at A&R Good Music, we used to take these production sabbaticals, and that's how Wyoming started. We would just go there, a quiet group of his closest guys, just part of the team, and he would chop up samples, like you was just talking about, Zeb, just chopping up samples and looping and making beats. And he made about 300 beats, and he literally had once we got Tiana's album done, Push's album done, Daytona, Kid See Ghost album, and that album that was called Yay. We were actually, it was one more, it was 5 albums. What was the 5th one? And Nas, man. Nas was the 5th one. And we were actually, so EP tell you, we were supposed to have been the 6th album, which I always say I'm happy that didn't happen because I was trying to tell him, man, you putting us out like we big time, like everybody, all y'all established. Like we got to remind everybody, it's going to be a lot of people that remember us, but we need a different kind of rollout. And it just didn't work out for us to be the 6th, which was a blessing. Because you
understand it from your position too.
Yeah, from my position, because I
knew how that marketing was going to work. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, nah, and so it happened like it was supposed to. Now I will say, the record still didn't get handled the way it should have. The people that was considered the team then so dropped the ball on it. And it was very upsetting, very disappointing because it was a really big album. They got a lot of great press and people were excited over it. But
the press.
Yeah, we just didn't get the cross promotion and marketing that was told to us. Like it was supposed to have been a huge campaign that promoted Dream Still Inspire and Donda at the same time. And that was really going to give us the lift that we needed, to get the eyes on us. And they would have been, and everybody was pleased with the product. We delivered. We just didn't get, and like I say, I just blame that on the group of people who was called team then. There was only one person over there that made amazing things happen. And shout out to my man Sakiah Sandiford, because he made sure all of the financial things happened to make sure our samples were cleared and that all these different things to just the business of it. He was there 100%, but pretty much, the ball got dropped on that record. And but the experience, like EP said, was amazing because it wasn't just he gave us he went through 300 beats, gave me a file They had 100 beats. Me and him sat there with the engineer, and he just kept going through, and he picked them all. He picked 100 beats and said, "Now you and EP go through these and find y'all album." And once we went through 100 Kanye tracks and found the 10 that became Dream Still Inspired, that's when we went to war. And it wasn't a thing where we just like took some beats and was gone. No, EP will tell you, man, he was in there. He was critiquing stuff.
And he kept making us do other songs. We still got a whole nother album full of songs.
We recorded 25 songs. Yeah. 27, because we ended up in the final album, he threw 2 more at us. We recorded 27 songs for Dream Still Inspired, and 10 of them became the album.
Because he said we were getting better. Because remind you, we hadn't recorded in 16 years.
16 years.
And so the songs were getting better and better. So he was like, do another one.
Do another one. Again. Yeah.
Do another one.
Yeah.
So, okay, y'all getting into the pocket now. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly. That's how he was doing. He was like, man, this is getting better. He was excited, and he was saying, and he kept making me rewrite. He was saying, I'll never forget some of the things he would say was funny. He would say stuff like, man, every bar gotta be Nas level. And then it'll be a line or something. He'll say, would Nas say that? And that would be his way of making me go rewrite. You know what I'm saying? And so he was really involved. He literally said our project was personal and nobody else can touch it. And so I'll say this: we have a history moment, a history making moment with Dream Still Inspired. You guys don't even know this. Dream Still Inspired is the only Kanye West produced full-length album in ever. He has
he did every track.
Even the College Dropout has a couple of tracks that he co-produced with some of his producers, like a brother named Brian All Day Miller did "Breathe In, Breathe Out," the Ludacris song, and this is another one. It may be another one here or there, but Dream Still Inspired. That's the only album in existence that's Kanye produced from head to toe with no other producers involved. You know,
salute to that.
That's a rarity. Oh, and shout out
to he needs y'all. He need people like y'all around him, man. That's where he really get the most creative musically, is when that old thing come back for real.
Yeah, a lot of people say we inspire him, and I personally feel like, and I say it to EP all the time. I know, well, I'm not even, it's not like I'm saying a secret. He was saying it to me. Our record was inspiring him. That's how this Donda thing happened, because Donda didn't exist. That record wasn't something that was like
talked about.
Yeah, or not even talked about. He wasn't putting the record out. It wasn't about him putting out music when Dream Still Inspired was about to come. He kept on saying, "Man, I'm so inspired by this. You know, man, y'all music, man, you snapping, Gree, the way you write." And he was like, "You know, you write the way you write, man. It sounds like, you know, man." He started working on his album, so, but that's cool. But this stuff now that so the experience we had, because we come again that golden era, that one producer. Like, think about the golden era, man. When Focus record,
wasn't all them other producers.
You know what I'm saying? You had Pete Rock doing CL Smooth. You had RZA doing Wu-Tang. You had, you know,
get a remix, maybe
Mark the 45 King doing Latifah. You had Prince Paul doing J-La. You know, you get what I'm saying?
If I may also add,
Dr. Dre.
You didn't have a bunch of features though.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole bunch of features.
It was you. It was your album.
And y'all. So watch this transition. Man, what we just did with Young RJ from Slum Village. Like, this record, the art project is that's EP. That's EP baby. She named it the art project, and it makes so much sense because it's everything about us is hip hop and double entendres. You know, the art project, like she said, art is of God, but art, we talking about the art like it's actual art, but then the culture, the hip hop, you know, the art, you know, the art form, you know what I'm saying? It's the art project. And Young RJ, man, put it like this. I've definitely been a Slum Village fanatic for a very long time. Like, I was introduced to Slum Village through Volume 2. When Volume 2 hit the scene, I Volume 2 made me go find Volume 1. But I was introduced to Slum at Volume 2, and y'all know how long ago that's been now.
Yes.
And I've been a fanatic, and for us to, first of all, those are our brothers now. We're part of the Slum Village family. I mean, we literally are like is a part of the squad, and they are amazing. And if like I was telling EP, the most exciting part for me is I finally get to hear us on the sound that made me so happy. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like that sound. And Detroit, I figured something out too. I wanted to say this. I figured something out because Chicago and Detroit are both known for soul, right? We both known for soul. Detroit is different. I was wondering, I always wonder what's that sound? What makes theirs so different? And I'm gonna compare it to this, and you're gonna like this, Zeb. Chicago soul is a head nod, the standard head nod going forward like this, right? You remember, you know, you listen to something, you do the head nod like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So is that head nod that Biggie made popular when you go back like that? Because Detroit soul has this latency. This see, I just fucked you up. It has this little.
We just talked about that.
No,
No.
We had this conversation.
Hey, the fact that I just thought about like the different head nods around the culture, like just even that, like that's so sick, bro.
Biggie came in and he took the head nod back. He
And then
made
we
us go
talked
like
about
this.
Hey, you know the song I'm thinking about too. The song I'm thinking about is that bum bum bum.
Oh yeah. Big,
big, like that's
yeah.
As soon as I'm like, yep.
You nod back. You go back with it. That's Detroit because that. I thought this stuff out. That backwards head nod has a little bit of lag to it, and that's what that Dilla, Young RJ, Slum, T3 sound is. It's that slight lag where it's not so perfectly on beat. Chicago
it's the swing.
It's a little
swing.
Chicago soul is
not
perfectly
tightly
on beat.
quantized.
It's going like this. It's perfectly on beat.
Yeah,
got a little play in
on the one.
And Slum will rap in between those swings too, and never mess up never mess going back like that.
Yeah, it's going back. It's throwing its head nodding backwards. So,
but that's an attribute to Jay Dilla and his sound being like not quantized and so jazzy and Caribbean.
On the grid,
he would use different time structures and measures. And the thing that when I think about what you were talking about with like the backward, it's because, you know, when we're talking about the quantized beat, right, it's very easy, it's predictable, it's on the one, you can be right there. But that's a whole vibe, and that's dope. But the thing is with what you had mentioned, when you got a beat coming at you that way, it's more like you're reacting and you're catching it. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, because it's like even that much more of a vibe and a groove. And of course, Dilla was known for the way that he sampled and chopped everything up, and he had his own swinging and to it, and that he would incorporate the attributes, because all he had and what he loved to use was the Akai MPC 3000. Right. And that's what I learned and I love it. And that he just did something with that machine that no one else could do. And there's been people that have been inspired and have had his sound, but there'll never be another one of him. I mean,
he was a super person.
Yeah, he was.
Like I've been telling my son and like just anybody that'll listen, because I get deep into the music, but like there's certain figures in our musical history that are super people. And not even just in music, it's like all over. Like Nikola Tesla was a super person, but like I'm watching a Bob Marley movie, and it's deeper than that. It's like they voice and the music resonates with like cows and like birds and like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's deeper.
They're in tune with more than just the spirituality of it. Is
super people. That's why they stand out.
Engulfing and all encompassing. Oh,
Yeah.
tell my nigga Ryan Fest to holler at his boy G Fresh.
Ryan
you know,
Fest for sure.
Hey, G
and y'all
Fresh,
know what's dope.
listen
Y'all
that.
know what's dope about it all. Just being able to record with Jay is. I mean, young RJ is a protege of
He's
Dilla.
a beast. He's a
Dilla,
beast.
Dilla taught him. The guy that can produce just like him is Jay. He just doesn't out of respect. But you got to understand, Slum does have a sound, and Jay is a child of that sound. He grew up in that sound, so he encompasses in that whole that latency, that man. And we got the jump. We got the me and EP got to jump in that, and we was swimming in that pool, boy. We was back.
Can't wait to hear that.
Hey, you also got to give a shout out to Robert Glasper, because Robert Glasper has been dealing. He's been going so crazy with his music, and this got so much of Jay Dilla's influence in it.
Yeah. And that's why again, that's why we love Robert Glasper. Going back to what you said about finding hip hop and everything, because Robert Glasper, we just accept him as hip hop, and he's
jazz artist.
Everything.
Yeah, jazz artist. That's what I'm saying.
But he did that. He did that on purpose. He came out first as a jazz artist to get the respect. Right. And then once he got the respect, he introduced the Dilla, so all the people that love jazz had to listen to it.
Right.
Like he literally tricked everybody that wasn't into Dilla into like loving Dilla.
And guess what? That's how dope hip hop is. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. It's so powerful.
Hey, Green and Zeb, y'all friends now.
See that? We're gonna link y'all up. Hey, this is one of my dudes, and we're gonna get into his history and everything. But we gotta give a shout out to Columbia Print Press sponsor.
Nah, I got you. I just didn't want to interrupt it. All right, so check this out.
Well, before we do that, let me ask him this question, and we do that.
All right,
because this is Weeze. He had to dip on this, wasn't feeling too good, but these are questions he always asks. So this for both of you.
Okay, go ahead. EP.
Top 5 hip hop groups.
Oh,
period.
Mine.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Mobb
Top
Deep.
5. Yours.
Mobb
No
Deep.
list. Nobody.
Mobb Deep is number 1.
Say that again. Say that again.
Mobb Deep is number 1. Wu is number 2. Fugees, number 3.
Okay.
De La, number 4. NWA, number 5.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a good list. That's a good
okay.
list.
I'm about to let y'all. Y'all about to see how much how me and Abstract Mind State is. EP, who is my number 1? EP.
De La.
De La Soul is number 1.
All right.
So we go kick it off with De. And De La is number 1. That's the only one that's gonna be in order. De La is number 1. Everything else, I'm just gonna name the top 5, but De La is number 1.
Your number 1.
Yeah, De La is number 1.
Gotcha.
De La, Tribe,
Souls.
So man. But hold on. De La, I'm gonna say De La, I'm gonna say Tribe. Watch this. The Alcoholics, the Licks.
Nice.
Outcast.
Oh my God. Hey, it's like algebra. It's like trying to figure out algebra, bro.
It's hard. This is not, I'm gonna say this is not easy right now. And then I would have to say, I was going to say, I wanted to say NWA like EP, but then I was thinking about Ghetto Boys. But I just remember. You know what? I'll say. I don't know who hit me first. Ghetto Boys. I'm trying to remember who hit me first. Ghetto Boys or NWA touched me first. What hit my heart first? I can't remember.
I heard Ghetto Boys first.
I think Ghetto Boys might have hit my heart first, so I'm gonna go with Ghetto Boys.
Okay.
There's my 5.
Grip It on another level, man. When they came out, like I was a
Come on
huge
now.
Ghetto Boy disciple. Like,
Hey,
man.
so as old school Ice Gree, and it's a
That's
lot of
dope.
jokes around my name because we be like that. They always say that's old school Ice Gree. We play these little trivia. I always got this like I always have all these little what would be like hip hop trivia. And one of the things about Ghetto Boys, I always say, did you know that Scarface name wasn't Scarface? He became Scarface after that song. When he made
Right.
Scarface, dude,
DJ Action is my
DJ Action.
identity.
Yeah, he was DJ
I
Action.
remember.
And the man when it came out was Ready Red. That's who the
Yes.
That was yeah. Yep.
So,
yep.
but
And
yeah.
then they had the one guy that left.
Well, Ready Red left after.
Ready Red is who left.
Yeah,
The one
Ready
dude,
Red.
he did the song where he sampled Eddie Kendrick's joint. He had one hit off that, maybe a whole album, but he had one hit. I keep thinking that guy, Raheem or something.
Raheem, I remember was the dude that tried to diss LL. I took his radio. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Why you do
That didn't go well. That didn't go well.
Hey, Zeb.
No more after that. That was his last. That was his last
Hey,
song.
you didn't want to mess with old Cool J, boy. He was taking.
Not
Cool J didn't just beat you in a battle. He ended careers. Like
and ended up with your girlfriend. Like,
Yeah, he had. Hey, he was really. He was hip hop. He was
Facts.
he was real deal, man.
Hey, something that I always say.
Ask everybody a second part.
Look, what I always talk about. EP hear me say this a lot. If rap had a logo like the NBA that Jerry West. If rap had a logo that was a silhouette, it would have to be Cool J.
It's got to be.
Can't go at all.
Because LL did everything first. He did everything.
B-boy stance.
Yeah, the B-boy stance. The one because the way I'm gonna just say that the way the logo would look, it would be LL with his arms folded in the B-boy stance with that one leg, pants leg pulled up, and you would see it in the silhouette with the.
Hold on now. What about when he did like? What about when he would crouch down and the arm would go to the back? Like, oh, I think that would have been hard too. That's a great idea.
In terms of logo, the reason that's a problem is because of the crouch.
Yeah.
You know, a straight up and down logo is always kind of easy to. That's look at the NBA. You know, so. But no, five today's in current hip hop. That's we kind of asked most of the guests. What would y'all top 5 in today's hip hop? And your list.
Today's.
Today, look, I named them earlier. For me, I know EP got to think about it.
That's where it is.
But for me,
I don't listen to it.
Yeah, for me, I rock with. I'm gonna throw some ladies in here. I rock with Rhapsody and Tierra Whack. Those two are crazy. I love Corday. I love Joey Badass. And that boy JID is just sick lyrically.
He's nasty.
That's the dude you let me hear at the car wash, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He be going crazy.
He goes absolutely crazy. So
I would say that with our newer list because, like, part of the point of our conversation was, are we digging for the new music? I mean, I know we're turning our ear to urban, radio that's playing the same old rotation. So
man, the playlist was the worst thing that ever happened to radio. Y'all remember
who's been creeping into y'all?
Remember we used to call and request a song like playlist was the worst thing that ever happened.
Program
we gonna play
radio.
I
guess I'm checking for Kendrick.
Yeah,
I love Kendrick.
That's one.
It's a Cool Day. Some Bad Boys.
That's two.
It ain't too many dope people. That's just not. It's just. I mean, oh my God. And I don't listen to like those pop. Even on the Sirius satellite, I don't listen to those stations that play Sirius satellite. I listen to like the alternative stations on Sirius. Like I tell Greg all the time, and I have everybody laughing. Like, if you didn't really come out in the 90s, I ain't really checking for you.
Right.
That's true. That's how. Yeah, that's how she is. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's fair. I mean, that's fair. That's your list, your opinion, and that's thank you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Put in that work, but I mean, man, this could keep going.
I got it. So look, I just got to give everybody a quick give everybody a quick heads up that today's episode is brought to you by Colorado Print Press. Yes, Colorado Print Press. They are here to service all of your printing needs, and it doesn't mean that you have to be here in Colorado to do any business. They can do international business. They're able to ship any type of services, so any type of promotional merchandise, whether it be posters, stand-ups, signage, outdoor signage, all the way down to merchandise like you've got your keychains, your t-shirts, anything. The biggest thing about them is they want me to verify that I am a human. Go through this every time, but check this out. So
well, your name is Ghost.
You know what I mean? So you've got even if you want to put some vinyl wrapping on your vehicle, they can get everything down, stickers, flags, all of that. The biggest thing that you're going to like is actually not just the product that you get in the end, but the customer experience that you get. We all know nowadays that having good customer service experience is few far in between, because a lot of people don't give a shit anymore, excuse my language, but they don't. And the thing about that is that their focus is 100% on the customer service experience, because they're confident in the product they give you at the end is going to wow you, but you're going to come back because of their customer service. So check them out. We are customers. We support them and they support us. It is Colorado Print Press. You can get a hold of them at this website right here that I'm going to put in the chat for everyone to be able to click on. Check them out right there at that website. If you want to call them, yes, they have real people that answer the phone. The phone number is 720-734-9994. Once again, that's 720-734-9994, Colorado Print Press. And don't please don't forget to mention B-Boys Underground. Let them know you heard it from it, and they will show you some extra love. So shout out to Colorado Print Press. Much love. Salute. And tell them B-Boys sent you.
Man.
Yeah. Well, shoot, we're gonna let's keep it moving, man. It's been the dialogue. I mean, we can just have one talking. We ain't play no music yet.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to get into. So I wanted to ask you guys, with your catalog, and of course, we've talked a lot about Dreams Still Inspired. Off of that project, give me a song that you'd like for me to play.
Sound Off the Alarm.
Sound
Off the Alarm. That's a good choice.
You want to play Brenda's song, don't you?
No.
I'm talking to him.
No. I want to play what you guys suggest as far as what that is. So that's the reason why I asked you all.
Yeah.
So you said Sound Off the Alarm. I got that queued up. Give me 1 second to
Which way we bobbing? We doing the back bob, front bob? What we doing?
You gotta hear it first.
You doing it sideways?
We're gonna start a new trend.
You doing this?
So everybody that's in the chat, here is the link to their channel and this song in particular, Abstract Mind State, Sound Off the Alarm, produced by Mr. Kanye West.
Bar risen, dark glisten, just listen. We feeling what's missing, God given ambition, my position, dream living. No condition, no hid agenda, no kidding. Real life, no acting, no camera. Real skill, no glam, all stamina. He, her, she, him, androgynous. Mind state, abstract, shy, proud of us. J state, that's them, same duo. Strong show, give kudos, yeah, you know. Drop gems, close to hymns for the cleanse. We friends, no judgment through that lens. Point guard, small forward, moving onward, full of soul. I am told, never tortured. So you can sound off the alarm. Hurry, run and tell your moms. Mind stay dropping bombs. Better sound off the alarm.
Funny thing about this record, I'm telling you, it was designed to bring joy.
Mic checkers, all love, the flame back. Showstoppers, lines drawn, the game's whack. All rappers, no MCs, the payback. The upgrade from fiction to all facts. Yes, Lord, pressed down, shaking together. Patience, it's all good, we live forever. Rhyme writers, all skills, we still intact. We speak life, your brain dead, we killing that. True art, the takedown, it's really real. Through art, we jay down to seal a deal. Mind state, the uncut is what you hear. Like the Los and soda free, we in your ear. No stress, deep thought and all praise. Listen, the beat talks in all ways.
So you can sound off the alarm. Hurry, run and tell your moms. Mind stay dropping bombs. Better sound off the alarm.
Yeah, I think we went forward on the Bob.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's a forward Bob, y'all.
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case.
I was in triplets. I was all over.
That
I
was
love.
forward Bob.
It was so mean. It was mean.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it was mean, man. Like,
Beat was just it was it's like it's good seasoning on the food. We're
It was
Kennedy Long.
minimalist.
We like to talk about food when we describe music.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Facts.
If you're hungry,
Facts.
don't listen to the podcast as we start talking about food when you're hungry. You had the right amount of sprinkle and seasoning on it.
Yeah.
I talk
like
about
the-
music like it's food all the time. I'd be like, I don't like how that tastes. I
It
love
is-
how
it
that
is.
tastes. Like
It is.
that's how I
food.
talk about music.
It's food.
Yeah, you want leftovers of this.
Yeah.
You know, I
If
talk
somebody
about.
came and ate it all. You going like, man, we gotta make another batch.
I love the minimalist, the sparseness of the beat because there wasn't really any drums in it, just for a couple seasonings, and y'all still just ripped it like it had some boom bap beats. So that was what was dope was your cadence and your wordplay and
And then match.
the way that it hit. So I mean, you guys were the percussion and you guys were the beat that made everybody nod their heads just with the staccato flow and the way that you
It come off like that when
stab
we performing it too. When we
Yeah,
perform
yeah.
it come off like that.
Yeah.
Sounded like a real duel too. Like it's like
Yeah.
y'all didn't
Mhm.
you didn't send your lyrics over here and send them back. Sound like y'all even if y'all was across the
I
country.
know
it sound like
that
was right there.
We wrote together. It's
right
like
there.
a
It sounds like that.
yeah, and sound off the alarm was like our that was the call, like they coming back, like sound off the alarm, like abstract is back, like a ship is coming through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what that was about. Yeah.
Yes.
That was hard.
Very dope.
So you got a video for a couple of your songs.
Oh yeah.
You've got I Feel Good, we've got A Wise Tale, and then Move Your Body.
Yeah.
Out of-
Man,
So which one would you suggest you want us to play?
man.
Wise tale.
A wise tale, I feel good. Ooh, yeah, okay.
Wait a minute. No, if I
We
feel
can play
good.
them all.
I feel
We can
good.
play them all.
Okay. So here's the thing. A wise tale, like let's go back what we was talking about, Zeb. That video was inspired by y'all remember we going 80s now. You remember Aha Take On Me?
Oh, of course. I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, Take On Me. So that
Yeah.
video was classic. If you remember it was like it almost looked like they were animated. Well, actually, the style that video was is called sketch animation. It looked like somebody took a pencil and drew him or whatever. So I always thought that was, all of it. I just thought that was the dopest video, and I wanted to bring that idea into 2021. And I told the director, "Hey man, look at this video. Aha Take On Me," because the director is younger than us, but he's such a creative. And I said, do a version like a 2021 version of this of Aha Take On Me, but with us, and he came up with what he came up with for a Wise Tale. I think like EP was about to say, it's just like a dope visual too, but a Wise Tale is so creative. But let it run, a Wise Tale, let it run.
Word, here it is, Wise Tale.
Please, let this book guide
This might be a small thing, kind of revolving around the situation that don't happen often. I mean, it's involving something that's scalding. Hot the topic is, it needs some resolving. It's kind of puzzling, sometimes solving. But after I thought about it, sent her to Walgreens to pick up a few things to stop me from stalling. Otherwise, I'ma be blunt and she gonna be bawling. And I don't need that, or her brother calling, talking them fight words. Now we gonna be brawling. I'm more of a stand-up, I don't be falling for that okie doke. It's better dissolving. Call me a nice guy, yeah, I like nice things. It's best to stay away from chicks that's trifling. I'm not a rival, so I don't be rivaling. But end up in this scene, I won't be wifing, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Brill, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
She got a secret, don't know where she keep it, don't know why she hide it, guess it's convenient. She like a zebra, two things at one time. It ain't black and white when you lived it a lifetime. She got a story, might be a fable, no categories. She don't like labels, she like a loner. Maybe she's selfish, something is fishy, but she don't like shellfish. She say that her phone broke and she need a new phone. She got a night job, now she got two phones, one for the pubic, one for the public. I Freudian slip, y'all, I think that you dug it. She got a curfew, she live in the group home, but she in Miami, getting her look on. She can't be truthful, not what she built for. Mouth might be useful, but nothing to kill for, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Braille, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
Oh,
We won an award for that. We won an award.
Yeah. We won an award for that video.
That was hard.
Yeah, we won
Independent
best independent music
like
video.
and the music.
But like y'all, the way y'all rapping, like I'm watching the video, but then I like close my eyes because I really want to hear what y'all saying because I know y'all talking like y'all talking.
No,
so
we
I'm
saying,
like,
we saying some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like watching it, but then I like close my eyes, like, because it's like it's all of that. It's all of that. It's all of that.
Yeah, man.
You was capping, EP.
One for the public, one for the people.
Murdered it. Yeah, man, murdered it.
Hey, yo.
She had two.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said now she got two phones. One for.
And that beat was perfect.
Like I was like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask real quick, because I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. I gotta get up in the morning.
But Zeb, y'all done made this too long. Did you say an hour?
You know, we don't get to talk. That's the thing. We don't really get to talk like this very often. So this conversation, like we all 18 again, like we all 19, 20.
Exactly.
But I wanted to share something with y'all real quick. If Ghost don't mind, because you can queue up videos. If you don't mind, could you queue up Zebras in Public Propaganda Live? Because I don't think Ice or EP ever, you know what I mean, seen like none of the rock stuff. If that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely okay.
Let's do it.
Give me a second. Give me a second to find that.
Yeah, it's Zebras in Public. It's Propaganda Live. We got nominated for Best Band in
that's on
like
YouTube?
the Midwest. Yeah, it's on YouTube, so it's a live performance. And I just kind of wanted y'all to see, you know, like what I got into. And to me, like I said, everything is to me is hip hop, man. Like it's just I can find it hip hop and everything. I love
Yeah,
it all.
it's
I
there.
love it all. But y'all, that was really y'all got me. I'm over here wanting to rap and everything. Like, like man, this boy make me think about spitting bars, and I don't even rap for real no more. So you know what I mean?
Nah, man, that's dope. I've got that ready. Give me 1 second. We got it pulled up. This is Zebras in Public Propaganda live, and I'm
Shout
starting
out,
it over.
shout out, Zebras in Public, man. Shout out the band, man.
I love y'all, man. Real shit. Cincinnati, Kentucky, stand up. We do have something to say in this music world. This song right here is about being yourself. And that's what Zebras in Public is all about. We all different. We come from different backgrounds, but we come together to make one beautiful sound. No matter who you are in this crowd, no matter what you do, what you got on, you are cool right now as you stand. You don't need nobody to tell you you in the in crowd. Fuck that. You are in there because you say you are. I feel like the was all in me. What's new, what's now, what's everywhere. People talking, people pointing, people standing instead. Trying to find a new reality way out there. The propaganda is an ocean that moves and all and everything we want and not what we need. See the pictures on the pages of the magazine. One way or the other, what they call it self-esteem. What you say, what you say, what you say now. What you do, what you do, what you do now. What you say, what you say, what you say now. Hey, I'm on there. What you say, what you say, what you say now. What you do, what you do, what you do now. What you say, what you say. I'm on there. Check it out. They always said it was the shoes that's gonna make you fly. All right. Prices seem to be the only thing that so high. Never's going to depression because they cannot buy. Praying that this sun will come over the black man. So we try what the telling us, and we're by what the selling us. Look at the signs, they won't hurry us. But we can't take it with us when they bury us. The shoes don't make you, the shirt don't make you, the hat don't make you, what you got don't make you. So when they tell you they don't like what you do, you say nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. What you say, what you say, what you say now. What you do, what you do, what you do now. What you say, what you say now. You are important, not because I say so, but because you say so. Do everybody understand that? So when you walk up out of here, walk with your head up. Don't be ashamed of yourself. You are perfectly fine as you are. To be yourself is okay. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay. It's okay.
Hold up, hold up.
Cause the party don't start till the rain up on the coast.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
That's the real Zeb.
Oh yeah.
We got Izzy on the guitar. We got Justin Smith on the guitar. We got Chris Hanks on the drums. Turn the Masters on the bass. Joe Giant in the bass.
This was a live performance, right?
Yeah.
I think I found the actual song. Just put that in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a video and everything. This was like kind of cool because this was cool because we got to play in front of a bunch of musicians. Everybody there was there for an award show, so they had a lot of bands there. You know what I'm saying? We got to play in front of our peers. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know how that feel when you playing in front of your
Oh,
peers.
absolutely, absolutely.
But that last verse, I said, they always said it was the shoes that's gonna make you fly, but the prices seem to be the only thing that soars so high. Your parents feel ashamed because they cannot buy, praying that their son don't come home with a blackened eye. Like, you know, the struggle of like trying to keep up with the Joneses, like,
Yeah.
like just yeah. So yeah, I just wanted y'all, you know, check that out. Yeah,
Okay.
Hey, look, on the low, I think every rapper want to be in a rock band because I always said if I were rapping, I wouldn't mind doing it like a. It just seemed fun to be in the rock band.
Bro, it's one of the most funnest things I ever did in my entire life.
It seems so free.
Yeah.
It is free. And the creative aspect, like, you know, we creating with records and, you know, samples and beat machines, but when you got a drummer that you can literally walk over and talk to and be like, nah, I go like this, boom, boom, cat, like, it changed everything. It changed everything.
A live band is something special now.
Yeah,
Man.
special. Yeah.
Now, when I met this guy, he was, what was you, about 19, 18, somewhere around
17, something like that.
17. So to see that go to, you know, because he's like, yo, Fresh, I'm in a rock band now. They call Zebras in Public. I was like, okay. It didn't throw me off because he was singing on some of the tracks. He was, you know, a prolific artist. Just trying to see if we can find one of your early hip hops. Which one?
You know you gotta play Dolo tracking, bro. Don't even play.
Let's go with Dolo tracking.
Is that in a list?
Yeah,
Right.
that's in the go to the TMP folder under the buff.
Mm-hmm.
And you should see Dolo tracking under there.
Yeah, you should have said Mephisto because that shit was so live when you do it.
Oh, Mephisto, yeah, nah. Nobody like you should have said, nah. We going with the Dolo because that Dolo was special because it was the last song me and you recorded, Fresh.
I think so.
It's not in there, fam. I'm in his file right now. No, sir. I've
Uh,
got uncut. I've let's see here. I got Do You Really Know Oh So Right,
First
and then
Class.
First Class 30.
I got it. I sent it to him. You can play it.
Yeah, you did send it to me.
Yeah, you can play that First Class real quick.
I ain't even heard this in like 20 years, so.
That'll be a treat for you. Play that one. Let's see. I just found that. Hold on. I'm gonna send you the link real quick, Boogie.
No problem. We got that. So this is First Class, and this is from. Do you guys know when this was from?
99, maybe 8.
Your guess is as good as mine, bro.
All right. Well, here it goes.
Yo, I came out fire, put they flame out, my name out, brought that weather concert rained out. What you saying, style, sucking butt style like a snout. You're lucky when my sticky bucket better start ducking 7 years of fair. And I'm telling you, I'm paired, my pair chair. He's gonna make it very clear, shame on him. Low, hang on him like chains on him. Blowing him in Harlem, dropping my early beat like autumn. Lyrically, we in the ram, nobody's included. VIP, need I be more specific? I'm muted. Shutting slander from no man's land, the promised land. So when you lead them
Shout out,
back
Lisa.
to Pakistan in any manner we make. Planning the same manner, raise, rearrange your grammar, lyrical stars, spangled banner. Niggas try to ruin me, put two on me. Truthfully, if you say I'm whack, that's new to me.
We are the ones to call. You know the protocol, last ones to fall. Uncut, have a ball, come on, come on. The room too crowded, first class in the hall. We are the ones to call. You know the protocol, last ones to fall. Uncut, have a ball, come on, come on. The room too crowded, first class in the hall.
You want to enter my level, run errands like Neville, college the devil. Doing dirt, you need a shovel, being in Vegas like the runner rebels. Fix the travel, not to fall, you chilling with the storm in the monsoon. Watching everyone who enters the room. As we lay there, we must assume. Going in first class, toasting your glass. Forgetting the past, never finishing last. Driving cars as fast, in and out. Portland down south, lands without. Raw lyrics that came out. Uncut, now it's action, confession, spit lyrics. Like a loaded Smith & Wesson, protecting you like Viper, microphone sniper. You're burning from the flame of my lighter. Divider, like mathematical division. Changing religion, the hip hop have a better vision.
We are the ones to call. You know the protocol, last ones to fall. Uncut, have a ball, come on, come on. The room too crowded, first class in the hall. We are the ones to call. You know the protocol, last ones to fall. Uncut, have a ball, come on, come on. The room too crowded, first class in the hall.
Asking questions about my style and profile, I get the same reply. Uncut and storm trap, move the crowd like a wild bullet, aim for the clouds, bring a lyrical precipitation to your town. Change the guard, ghetto superstar, stage bangers, microphone stranglers, pushing for position, killing competition. Head on collision with D's and C's, banned from TV's very last scene times 3. BMW pistol and lead, taking pictures, do you like what you see in 3D, third dimension? My mind going elevation, Nino, did I premiere on your TV station? Uncut with the ill style presentation, second to last, the generation, first class of all nations. First class, uncut, storm child, move the crowd. Blah!
We are the ones to call. You know the uncut,
Well, you remember them lyrics?
Man, I just think about how young I was, yo.
You remember them lyrics?
A baby. I was a baby.
We just babies, man.
We are the ones to call. You know the
I ain't had no bills.
Oh,
Hey, that's crazy. Can you
real?
did you find that Dolo tracking, bro?
Yes, I did.
All right,
Man.
Did you put it in the buff folder?
I sent it to the chat.
I just want to play that because I just heard he sent me that. I've been wanting to hear that song for 20 straight up. I ain't heard it in so long, and he sent it to me, and it's just dope. Like, it's dope.
I'm gonna have to go to sleep so I can get up and go to my job.
Yo, let's get shout outs. EP shout outs. Thank you so much for first off, thank you so much
Thank you guys so much for having. Thank you for the conversation.
Man,
Yes.
EP, you dope. You dope, EP.
Thank you so
Dope
much.
stuff.
Appreciate
For real,
y'all.
we need you.
Well, look,
Appreciate y'all so much.
I wish you and I wish you traveling mercies and blessings on your tour. You didn't get a chance to mention that yet. Can you guys talk
about the tour?
tell everybody about the tour, what you got going on real quick?
European tour with Slum Village the entire month of April.
And the first week of May.
the first week of May. Yeah.
So we'll be out there.
Now,
Shout out.
kicking it off in 4 dates in Italy, first 4 dates. So.
Yeah. Shout out to Slum Village. Shout out to Young RJ.
Let's be.
You know, the whole squad, the whole Barack with Love, Niestra squad, like they holding us down. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, Ice, I would love to chop it up with you, man. I like your brain. Yeah, we should talk. We should talk, bro.
Yeah,
This
but
is real.
most def. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to chop it up, man.
Shout out.
Anytime, Dash. Anytime, Boogie.
Hey man, look, that goes for real. Anytime y'all like, anytime, man, you guys are more than welcome here.
Yeah,
at any
man.
point in time to hop
Y'all
on.
gonna have
We
something to talk about when
appreciate
you
it.
get back too. So
And
make
I
sure
appreciate
get you back on.
that y'all keeping the torch going for I
Man.
love it though. Adult contemporary hip hop.
Hip
That is
hop.
ACH.
man, salute. Now I can tell people what I like. I listen to and my favorite is adult contemporary hip hop.
That's what you
Bam.
tell them. You tell them your call letters are ACH. You know,
You
Yes,
go to that
sir.
jukebox and you
Rhyme
raise
Fest to get
bloody
up with
hell.
you.
Pull
Yeah.
out your cane and
We
slap
would
the
love for
jukebox.
Ryan
You ain't
Fest
got
to
no
get up with
ACH
us,
here.
please. Yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for joining and much love. Everybody make sure you follow Abstract Mind State, which I did put their website in the chat. You can check it out. Make sure you check them out. And it's a dope looking website.
Single out
Yeah,
Friday. True
Yeah.
story.
Out Friday.
Yep. There we
Yeah.
go.
Bam.
There it
Fire.
is.
Hey,
There it is. Hey, and
that's
follow
what you
us.
should have played. That's what you should have played.
Oh yeah, we play the single. Follow us at Abstract Mind State on what is it? IG at Abstract Mind State.
Yep.
Bam. There it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, salute y'all. Much love to you
Love.
guys. And we will play the single. You
Tempo.
guys got to go, but we going to play it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
For sure.
Later.
Respect, man.
Appreciate
Respect.
y'all.
Love.
Abstract
Thank y'all.
Mind
Thank
State.
all y'all for
Thank
having
y'all.
us.
Thank y'all.
Shout out.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
again.
Thank you, Fresh Zeb, Ghost. Peace.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yep.
Respect, bro.
Peace.
Well, Zeb, let's
Peace.
throw your Dolo track in there. I'm sorry we went a little long, but this conversation was just rolling.
Yeah, man. Y'all
Yeah,
keeping me up. I got big things in the morning. No,
Well,
I'm just
man,
I do gotta get up, but
I do
I
too.
love y'all. I love y'all for real, bro. Like, and I'm, that conversation, like when they start talking and, that's history, man. Like how
Yes,
you
it is.
interrupt history. Like we need to hear these stories.
Whatever, man. Get the fuck out of my house. It's late. I ain't get to participate. Fuck y'all.
Nobody need his own. He need his
Nobody
own.
got
He need his own podcast like moment. He need to talk. Yeah,
He doing it
man.
like that. That's a bully boy. He ain't nobody no more. It's like
He's still a stunt man. He's still a stunt man though. Real talk.
Hey, Zeb,
the unknown stunt man. Nobody, the unknown stunt man.
it was you. It was you and of course nobody were like the first two people that I asked when I hooked back up afresh, and I was like, "What's Zeb doing? What's nobody doing?" Like, cause y'all,
That's
man,
fire, bro.
y'all always had me crying, and like of course you and I would smoke. we were the smokers, you know what I mean? Going back in the hiding in the hallways and shit, smoking. But nah, man, it was hilarious. 'Cause then
Better not let me
nobody.
smell it.
Hey man, we
Y'all
was
high. Y'all high.
incognito with. Hey, look, but we
Yeah.
covered it. I was fine high, but nah, man, like that is so good to see, and especially like watching and seeing how artistically free you are, bro. Which is a big. I appreciate, man, and it's so good to see that you're still doing you and being you this whole time, bro.
I gotta be, man. And that's good to see you too. And just like I said, like, when you get that friendship, that hip hop friendship and you share all the memories, it never dies. Like I ain't
Nah,
gotta talk to Fresh for 20 years. It's the same way. Like seeing
It's
you,
felt
like
like
I
it
ain't
never
seen you in
left.
so long.
bro.
It's like we get right back to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was never no malicious intent or none. It was always all love. Love, 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 love.
It was good times, man. We got together, we laughed, we joked, we had great times, and it was dope. Like it was just that
Shout out,
those were
shout out Big Mike and Lee Son, uncut. Like you know what I mean? Shout out them boys for real, man.
yeah, man.
Haven't talked to Big Mike in a little bit. Lisa maybe a couple months ago, so I'm gonna catch up with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you
But yeah,
before we
man.
go, did you find it? Did you find the Dolo tracking? It's on that. I sent you that
I
link and
yep. I got it. Give me 1
drop
second.
that for our people that's still rocking with us. And and you can go back and listen to it tomorrow when everybody's got some sleep in them.
And let me get off of that so it's no. There we go. All right. So which one actually will show this? Because
The dirty.
which version?
The dirty, that's like the first one.
Yep, the
So
original dirty.
not the. There it is. All right, cool.
Hey, yeah, nigga, what? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You got an attitude. Is you high again? Yeah, you smell high. So where you going? To the top of the world. You wanna go? Grab mics, lightning strikes from left to right. My pen's on steroids. I write rhymes on black stripes. I'm 60 days of sunlight. Sometimes my tongue strikes. Sorry, fuck your feelings. I'm doing this for my son's life. Some might hate, but majority know my shit's tight. If you don't like it, go back and get your one sight. You probably kiss dicks like Lord Van Dyke.
Why you think you the bomb?
Cause I endorse dynamite. Haiti business in the cockpit, prepare to take flight. I got tickets to the moon and they expire tonight. So is you with me? I got rhymes to make Bobby's ass divorce Whitney. Your mama used to time out, my mama used to whip me. Yeah, horns up like hockey jerseys. Act Rudy wants to catch a full body flurry. Talking slurry like Bill Murray. Don't worry, just go home and hang with Mark Curry. Yo, Haiti. Damn, nigga, what? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You got an attitude, is you high again? Yeah. Yo, you smell high. So where you going? To the top of the world, you wanna go? Yeah. Psych, I was just playing. I'm dolo tracking, baby, and that's all I'm saying. You dolo tracking, so what you saying? I'm dolo tracking, baby, and that's all I'm saying. Who am I? I'm your mama's new friend, and I'm taking over as soon as she throw your shit out and I move mine in. On a scale of 1 to 20, I'm a -10. But be with beauty pageant bitches when I'm in your city visiting. Pull up 12 deep in the Gremlin bumping Benjamins. Where the party at? Cause you know they about to let us in. You know we get it jumping like it's Beyonce and them. Ladies, are you mad? Cause if you find we gon' argue with him.
Why is he talking to them?
That's what them chickens say when they show me they dog and I look the other way.
He must be gay.
Nah, bitch, I'm hate. You didn't know the girls I touch make me till I'm dreaming about pink snow. Can you hang? Yes or no? Fuck it, I gotta go.
Where you going?
To the top of the world, you wanna go? Psych, I was just playing. I'm done tracking, baby, and that's all I'm saying.
Hey, Haiti.
Damn, girl, what?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
You got an attitude. Is you high again?
Yeah.
You look high.
So
where you going?
To the top of the world, you wanna go?
Yeah.
Psych, I was just playing. I'm dolo tracking, baby, and that's all I'm saying.
You dolo tracking, and that's all you saying.
Yeah, I'm dolo tracking, baby, and that's all I'm saying. My tolerance is on E. I feel like just choking everybody. Next nigga to say my name gon' get smacked with a walkie-talkie. Over his head like rusty halos. The drag got you knocking bobbing in the front seat of an El Camino to the D.O. Hello, tracking. The brothers in the club play this shit when the accident's about to happen. If your baby mama keep acting, play that shit. If your boyfriend's stamina's lacking, play that shit. If you're in a car window, baby, play that shit. But make sure you blow it in there when you play that shit. Say that shit and play it till it makes you sick. Get your own and leave mine alone. Bitch. Get your own and leave mine alone. Bitch. Get your own and leave mine alone. What your fat ass want? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You got an attitude. Is you high again? Damn, your eyes red. So when you go to the top of the world, you wanna go? Yeah. Psych, I was just playing. I'm dolo tracking, baby, and that's all I'm saying. You dolo tracking, and that's all you saying. Yeah, I'm dolo tracking, nigga, and that's all I'm saying.
Nah, that who was that? Was that Skip?
No, you
Scratch-
rung
that
that
was John
dude.
Doe?
No, I forgot. It was some young cat. I didn't know who he was, and I was like, okay. I said, we can get one of the hobos. He was like, no, I got somebody. That dude came in there and ripped it. His name was.
Oh, that
I
might
forgot it.
that might
So
have
that
been.
wasn't one of the hobos. I was expecting that to be one of them.
No, but that was because when he came in and started, we set up the turntable.
I think that might have been Jermaine.
That sounds
Jerm.
about right.
I
forgot what he
can't
called
remember.
himself. First something. He called himself first something. But
I
yeah,
can't even remember.
The kid from
get your
Tennessee.
own.
Nah, he was from Forest
He
Park,
was,
I think.
he's from Cincinnati.
He started DJing, coming over to the crib. You know what I mean? Messing with the crib. He
Like still.
yeah, like I
Hey,
didn't even know he was
You hear his fade outs and everything. He was
like he was
dope.
I mean, he was
cold.
on point back then. I mean, when
But-
was that recorded?
That
2001 maybe somewhere in there.
Word.
that sound about right. That's the last song we recorded together. That like actually full song that we recorded together. I
And you
always wish I
actually
could
helped
have
them
just built
too.
on that energy, man. Cause like I was in a different place. I was really trying to like take over the world
Yeah.
at that point.
It was a little.
Uh,
It was a little separate from Storm Children stuff. It was a little more.
yeah,
Was more
yeah.
aggressive. Yeah. So.
Man, that's dope one. That's some dope shit, man. So you guys, you're out in Arizona now, huh?
Yeah, we in the AZ, man, out here looking at palm trees and sunshine.
Well, I'm up
You
the
Staying.
way from
know?
I'm just up the way from you in Denver now. So, anytime
Okay,
you guys ever
okay.
come to Denver, gotta hit me up and let me know.
Yeah, man, let's make something happen. Now that I ain't
Absolutely.
even know.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
Denver now.
I feel like the theme of my whole career as a MC was just like I smoke a lot of weed. Like, cause when he first when Ghost started talking, he like, yeah, I just remember we used to just be smoking. And then like when the Scribble Jam video came out, I remember Diz was like, yo, bro, like you was so high on the Scribble Jam video. We almost had to blur you out. Like
That was hilarious, man.
yo.
Oh boy, good old days. Yeah, and just the whole transition too, man. Just watching the growth, the music, and the expression, man. It was always real for loved all my artists, man, and just love them expressing themselves and being a part of it, man. It was great,
You
great.
know, I ain't never had a chance to say it publicly, but like, you was like a brother, you was like a father figure, and for you to take your time out and devote so much of your time to try to develop us and the other people that you was working with and just the culture itself, like, we got to think as grown men, like, didn't nobody have to volunteer their time, you
Right.
know? And I always felt like, you really cared about me as a person. It was always bigger than just the music. Like you was my friend, and
Yeah,
like
it
I said,
started
like a
like
brother and
family.
all that. Like, so shout out to you, G Fresh, because a lot of that culture in the Midwest wouldn't have been possible without you. And somebody got to say it. Like it's
Big
real.
fact. Yeah, I mean, he was. You're the reason why you brought me on with the record pool, and made me a part of everything, and with big B boys, and and then along came all the work that I did behind, with Scribble Jam, like making sound work
Hmm.
and all of that
Trips out
shit.
of
So I mean,
town and woo.
yeah, I mean, it was like so that was my entrance experience and mentorship and everything that took it to the next level, helped me do some more in music and again, yeah, that was I always say, you were my cat. I had my boy that taught me how to DJ. I had my boy and that same dude that taught me how to do sound and tour for sound. But when it came to, my entry level into the music business and being integrated into it, it was you and giving me that opportunity. And it was dope. So I mean, like we had what was going on back then was special. It was
Whew,
special. It was just
pre better
special.
pre.
There's nothing else to say, but it was special. We had great
And
people around
I
us,
was
and
learning on the fly myself, so I needed all y'all to. I see,
Now we
like
know, hey, we know though. We
we was
didn't none of us
learning
know what the
on
hell we
the
was
fly,
doing.
but we
nah,
figured it
man,
out pretty damn quick, and we
made it work.
yeah, we kept
It was
figuring
it
out
was
how
a
to
lot
go.
of
That didn't work. This one will. This is working, so we kept it moving and
it
Right.
was
learning
a
as
lot
we
of
go
talent,
type
man. It
shit.
was a lot of talent, man. And like we think about the original crew, hip hop artists in the, I speak really specifically about the Cincinnati
Yeah,
era, the Top Cat era.
Cat,
Like
Ripley's, yep,
there, that
Mad
was so
Frog.
special because at that time, like we really had a lot of dope MCs, and if we just had a little bit more light, it would have been a thing. Like every one of us that was serious about the music, we could have fought our way. We could have fought with any of the mainstream people that
Absolutely.
was out there. We was not slacking. Like you
The
know,
problem with Cincinnati that I always felt is that, you know, and it's been like this with any group out that came out of Cincinnati. They've got to go somewhere else to get appreciated, and then Cincinnati will accept them. Cincinnati was one of the hardest to find other people, because everybody was trying to get their shine on. So there was a lot of hate and, like, you know, just ice, you know what I mean? So, and that actually, in all honesty though, I mean, I feel like every crowd, when you went around to Cincinnati, if it was DJing or whatever it was, we had that Apollo crowd ready to jump on your neck. So you
couldn't be whack.
you
couldn't be
couldn't
whack.
be whack. You had to be on perfection. You had to be on point, and you had to be ready to go. So that was the thing that's the reason why I think a lot of people, man, look at that face right there.
I can't
But I
hear
think
y'all right now. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
we can hear you.
It's real janky, like. But one thing I wanted to say, Fresh.
Yes, sir.
The thing that I appreciated about you, man, was your hustle, your grind. And I think if, like, you and Scandal, like, if y'all would have been on y'all's game at the same time, because I feel like Scandal came in, after you.
He carried the torch. Rest in peace,
Right,
Scandal the
exactly.
Ruckus, man.
Word up.
I told
But
Scandal. I
I
told
think
him he was me.
If we'd have had you and Scandal, maybe one more person that had that
Yeah.
type of hustle, because then nobody else know how to do anything. And I heard you say that you was learning everything on the fly, but we didn't know that. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
We thought you was the dude. You know what I'm saying? You made stuff happen. You had the record pool. You would get the promos coming in. You would get the artists come in to do interviews, all that stuff. So, me saying that, like, if we'd have had one, maybe two more of you, Cincinnati might have been able to make some noise, man, and been able to organize it properly.
I agree.
I just wanted to come in and interject that real quick.
And don't forget about B-Boys Underground and how much a pivotal part that played, and people, like, you know, just being open to the hip hop world that we had going on. You know, like that was such a pivotal point for Scribble Jam, specifically B-Boys Underground. Like, man, what a magical time that was. Man, we need to do a documentary about that, bro. Like, real talk, man.
Yeah,
I don't care.
We was playing music. Nobody else would play. Artists would come in, you
man.
play it, get you better, and you come back and you got more material, and maybe the Wiz would listen to it. You know, it was we just gave
But hold
everybody
on.
opportunities and the community of it.
But if you think about it, like shout out Skills, DJ Skills, like he started at shout out 88.3. Like,
They gave us a shot.
Man, and we took it and ran with it. I remember one time I came to the radio station. It was a full-on B-boy battle. It was like 4 DJs from all over the country. Like, I mean,
in the big room.
Man,
he was there.
When we started that show, like when the show first started, it was not that. It was like, here, let's bring some records, and it's about 4 or 5 of the homies, and it's super late. Like, ain't nobody. It was 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
4, 5, 6.
yo, in the hood, bro. Remember when I was walking down the street and the nigga put the beam on me?
Yep.
Bro, like, it was in the hood, like, and then it turned into like,
battles. Remember the on-air?
bro. Yo, what a magical. I'll never forget that. I appreciate all of
we
that.
had on the air. We would challenge people to call in and crack on us, and we would tear them apart. Always. One dude said, "That's why your mama got on them Easy E earrings." People were calling in like,
No.
"Why did y'all kill that dude so bad on the air?" I say, "Hey,
That's what we do. Hey, that's what we do. Don't be here after the radio show. Don't be here after we get off air, because we about to go in this hallway and we about to tear each other up for about 2 hours.
Yes.
Like, don't come in this hallway, yo, bro. Like, and like, just the art of it all. because even like we talking about, cap sessions and all that, like it was just so much creativity, man, and there's so many people that played a part. And without them people, I feel like I wouldn't have been who I was. Like I needed every one of them people, you know? Real talk, man.
Oh yeah, man.
But we're gonna get you
I'm
back, bro. I mean, play some more music. We just had such a good. I'm glad you was here to interact with Abstract Mind State.
Please, yeah, man.
yeah,
A lot of
man. Yeah,
dope
man.
experiences. So when you gonna get on the track again?
You said what?
When you
When
gonna get
you
on
When
the
am
get
I
on
get
the
on
track
time?
again?
Yeah.
Hey, I also I just I don't be really rapping, but I be still like writing whatever. So I'm about to
You
spit
ain't
this
lying.
bar, but let
Go
me
ahead.
just spit this bar because I think I wrote a quintuple entendre because that's the era we come from.
Go ahead. Let's hear
So
this.
I said, I don't need an OnlyFans, bitch. I'm my OnlyFans, bitch. You wasn't sitting in the room when we had OnlyFans, bitch. You wasn't standing in the crowd when we was OnlyFans, bitch. Now your money low. You need to get an OnlyFans, bitch. That's a quintuple entendre.
Boom, there it is.
I'm just saying, like, I still got it.
I
And that's why
wouldn't
you need
doubt
to
it.
get on
Then
the track,
then
bro.
you need to get. Then you need to do it.
I know, man. Look, all right.
We got you.
Are you doing anything musically at the moment?
Nah, I took a break, man. After I broke up with the Zebras, I was going through a lot. So this the
Yeah.
longest I ever went without doing music ever, but I done got the bug. It's just that like I listen to so much stuff. Like he was talking about, we was talking about Dylan and talking about Robert Glasper, and then it's like I'm listening to Snarky Puppy and Corey Henry man, just I'm talking music. I think at my older age, like I like smart music, and I know I'm getting off topic, but I like to listen to music that makes me smarter about music, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Yeah.
it's like because that's what hip hop did for me. It made us listen to different time signatures. It made us listen to different scale. I've been listening to Charlie Parker's not Charlie Parker, but John Coltrane's Giant Steps. Like
Mm.
for a week, like it's literally like a mind fuck. Like
No, it's a progression.
no, it is.
No, it's a progression because when you start out in music, you listen to, you're not hearing everything. You
Yeah,
listen to,
yeah.
CJ and Run, and then you graduate to
True.
Goosebumps.
See, that's why this my man's like, cause we be just, it's only certain people you can talk to like that about
Yeah.
music. But yeah, I'm down. We have to get back on here because I do want to chop it up about music and all that good stuff. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for having me, and I'm so appreciative. And I
We're
appreciate
honored,
you,
bro.
Fresh. I appreciate you, Ghost. I appreciate both of y'all for doing this again. It's needed, and yeah, man.
Hey, look, man,
Yeah,
you're
man.
welcome anytime, bro. I consider you family
Anytime.
from back in the day, and especially Nobody the Unknown Stuntman who is
Look, he
staying
over here
off
about to
the
do
screen.
cartwheels behind me and everything.
He still got it.
Ghost. Hey, Ghost, brother.
Hey, he came in like Spider-Man. He came in like
Yeah, he just came off the
I
wall.
was going to say, Ghost, it's good to see you healthy, brother.
Good to see
yeah.
you.
Glad to see you, my man. Word up. We lost touch a long time ago. We used to hang out tough. Word up. It's good to see
Look
you,
at
brother.
them beards. Look at them white beards y'all rocking, boy.
Hey, mine's on the
What?
rise. I
You still
ate
got
some
that
marshmallows
picture
and they
from
went all over the place.
You gotta match your beard with your fit now. Like you gotta match your beard with your fit. Like you gotta get shoes that's the same color as your beard. We still on that bullshit, man. Come on.
We need to
Great.
have we need to have a roasting session. Just like this is get everybody back and just start roasting on the air and shit.
I don't know. Cancel culture, bro. Somebody getting canceled that day. I'm just saying. We used to go hard.
Yes,
But
we
yeah,
did.
thank y'all, man. Real talk, man.
Well, yo,
You,
I
Mr.
want to give
Zeb,
a big
man, we
shout
love
out
y'all back.
when
Yeah,
we
yeah.
so we're gonna do this properly,
Thank you,
like we're gonna
Fresh.
end it. Give me 1 second because I gotta play some music for you. We gotta do Let's see here.
Make sure you play
All
them. Make sure you play that single that they had because they didn't get a chance to play that.
You know what?
They should definitely.
Actually, let's stick around for that because I appreciate you for doing that and reminding me 100% on that. Let me get that going right now. Available on all platforms. Let's see here. Pre-save. How do I get the actual song though? Let's see here.
I forgot how I got it. I ran into some problems too. I had to go into.
I am going to their YouTube. 1 second. Let's see here.
Don't think I found. No, YouTube kept taking me in a loop.
Yeah, because I can pre-save it on all platforms off of their website, but
Maybe
it's
'cause
not
it's
taking me to a
fully
single.
out yet. I think they sent it to me through DJ Edition. Shout out to DJ Edition. My brother keep giving up some good artists to jump on here. My Abstract Mind State, Slum Village. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to DJ Edition. Rap Attack
Facts.
Gibbs.
Absolutely. So it looks like we are going to not be able to play it at the moment. All good. We will actually make sure to play it on next week's episode during submissions 100%. And actually, with the album being out, we'll probably play a couple of tracks from the album just next week, since it will already be out. So be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, what we're going to do is this. All right. So first and foremost, shout out Zebediah and Nobody, the Unknown Stuntman. Got any shout outs? Nah. All right. Go ahead. Now go ahead.
Shout out to the Midwest, just everybody in the Midwest, man. Shout out to the whole culture, man. Like, I want to name everybody, but I can't. Like, love, man, love.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you. Theo has it. Man, I got so many mans. If I start naming people, we got 2 more hours.
I had that link too. We're gonna try to get that on the Discord server. We do have a Discord server to play some of the music. But we'll revisit that. We're gonna get you back on.
Absolutely, for real.
All right, that you rounded out. That was about to be the lamest shout outs ever, but you put a bow on it.
Yeah, too many people.
G-Fresh, show them how to do it. Shout out.
Shout out to Abstract Mind State. Shout out to Zeb. Shout out to Mephisto. Shout out to Big Weed. Shout out to Ghost Boogie. Shout out to B-Boys Underground. Shout out to Ms. Cat, G. Lorraine, all our listeners, Pete, Carl, DJ Squeeze, Gorilla, Danny Chess, Mad Ways, Mr. Unlikely, Richie, everybody. I know I'm missing a couple of y'all. Don't be mad at me. Canada Law. Everybody, man, just keeps tuning in and y'all supporting us. We supporting y'all. Get on the Discord server. Follow us on Facebook. Check out our sponsor, Colorado Print Press. I Move Different. Shout out to them. Shout out to the wifey who puts up with me doing this. Still loves me. Shout out to everybody I love. Cincinnati and out. Rollo.
So yes, it's been another episode of B-Boys Underground. I want to, of course, say thank you so much to our guest, Abstract Mind State, and of course, Zeb Nobody, the Unknown Stuntman. Shout out to Weeze. Hope you feel better. Shout out to UG Fresh. Shout out to my usual suspects. You can check me out tomorrow night live for my 420 sesh. That starts at 11 p.m. Eastern. Then also this Friday, you can catch me live in the mix. We'll be doing some things. So we're gonna be playing some hip hop on Friday night, and then some pop-ups throughout the week. So check me out then. Want to also shout out to Kings County. Much love to Kings County. I Move Different Clothing. Shout out to Jazzo. We will check you all out next Wednesday. And who we got coming up on Wednesday, Fresh?
We have Mr. Jones for Jonesy Entertainment. Project we're gonna work with. Got a project #relationship, which I did a lot of work with on Grammy nominated. So we're gonna put that out on blast. Keep it moving.
Absolutely, absolutely. So check us out next week. Until then, we are B-Boys Underground. Much love to you. Peace.